Stillwater, Oklahoma today felt that Stillwater, Oklahoma today felt its pulse as the indefatigable fans of college football cheered the first visit of ESPN's Game Day group. The Bedlam Factor is now headed for the confines of Boone Pickens Stadium, home of the Oklahoma State Cowboys, and the #2 ranked Oklahoma Sooners are rolling down the highway. The Cowboys' walk from their campus hotel to the stadium reflected utter determination from the home team and sincere loyalty from the faithful. The battle is about to begin, the real Bedlam. Now we go to New York, where they're always ready to settle the score. Welcome to the BCS Spotlight Game, presented by ADT. There are 3 hard nuts left in the regular season for the Oklahoma Sooners to crack. One of them is today in Stillwater, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, and they have been planning some pain for the highfalutin #2 ranked Sooners. The Sooners come to Stillwater 7-0, ranked #2 in the BCS poll, and #1 in the Big 12 South standings. Oklahoma State right behind them. They are 6-1 overall. They haven't been talking any about BCS down here yet, but if they whoop Oklahoma, I guarantee you they will. Hello, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson, along with Dan Fouts and Todd Harris, as the teams begin to come into the stadium for the final warm-ups. 2 great running backs today. Vernon Morency of Oklahoma State and that Oklahoma freshman sensation, Adrian Peterson, Dan.
2 of the very best, Keith. In fact, Adrian Peterson, 18 years old, 6th leading rusher in the country. 24-year-old Vernon Morency, he's even better than that. He's the 3rd leading rusher in the country. But Adrian Peterson is truly unique. He combines the ability to break tackles and break the big one. Already over 1,000 yards on the year, Peterson has lived up to all the hype. Now, Morency has benefited from an outstanding offensive line. And with his balance and desire, he leads a team that will pound on you all day long in any situation. Keith, he too is already over 1,000 yards.
If those 8-man fronts do stop the run, then we go to the quarterbacks as the next move. That's advantage Oklahoma. Heisman Trophy winner versus redshirt freshman.
No question about that. Jason White, I think, is even better this year than he was last year when he did win the Heisman for 2 reasons. #1, Adrian Peterson. #2, he's finally healthy from all his knee problems. Jason White, defenses are crowding the box against the Sooners, and that has opened up the play-action bomb for him. 8 TD passes in the last 2 games, and now he's healthy enough to get out of the pocket and make plays on the run. And talk about making plays on the run. The Cowboys freshman Donovan Woods does just that. He's much more dangerous running than he is throwing, and Keith, that could create that bedlam for any defense.
And when you're sitting on top of the stack, there's always somebody hunting you, as the Sooners know. Oklahoma has won 75 of the 98 games played, but since Les Miles arrived in Stillwater, the series is 2-2. Well, we're ready for Bedlam. That means a football game between the Cowboys and Sooners on a perfect day weather-wise. Here is Todd Harris from the field.
All right, Keith. Well, he is the greatest of all time. Heisman Trophy winner in '88 and one of the only Oklahoma State backs ever to put more than 200 yards on Oklahoma. Barry Sanders, first of all, welcome back to Stillwater. Handicap these 2 tailbacks for me. What do you see?
Well, you got 2 great backs. There's a lot of excitement about both of them. Both of them can make the big play. And, I'm hoping we're going to see a lot of carries from both of them today.
You have a Heisman Trophy vote. Do you have a problem giving it to a freshman?
No, I mean, the kid from OU, Peterson, put up some great numbers and really played like a veteran. And if he keeps doing what he's been doing, then we could see a freshman get the Heisman.
All right, NFL Hall of Famer, new book out. There you see him, Keith. Let the bedlam begin.
All right, Todd, thanks very much. The referee today, well, it should have been orderly around here because a man named Bible is the referee, John Bible, and we're going to play a football game. A big one. The kick is in the air. Oklahoma won the toss. They deferred. Cowboys get the ball first. And here is the profile look at the quarterback of the Oklahoma State quarterback. Donovan Woods, redshirt freshman, big guys, 215 pounds. He has no problem putting the ball under his arm and running with it. He's produced 9 touchdowns against only 3 interceptions. So here we come with the first snap of the ball game, and I think there's a lot of heat on this young man, Dad.
You bet there is, just because the Sooners will try to stop Morency and force the game into Donovan Wood's hands.
Morency will line up deep in the second as a single back, and they had the fullback in motion, and he gets the ball. First man missed him, just cold missed him, and he's going to pick up about 6 yards on the play. Now let's look at the Outback Steakhouse starting lineups. The backs and receivers, Morency is very obvious there. He is a high stepper, and he can get better as the day goes on. He just gets stronger. Badgema, the tight end, could also be a key figure today as he drags the middle. The offensive front is big, 300-pounders everywhere you look, and they can make hay for you.
They can eat hay, too.
On second down, call it 5. Badgema goes in motion, and there's contact at the line of scrimmage. Now they finally get a flag out of the pocket of the linesman, and it was Dan Cody trying to anticipate the count, going offsides and making contact with the offensive lineman of Oklahoma State. The offensive front for Oklahoma State reads this way. 300 pounds in Hilliard, Mays 300, Davis 290, and Koning is 280 with the center Chris Aiken at 300. So they're plenty big enough, and the defensive front for Oklahoma can counter size with size as well, but in the linebacking core you add speed to it, and they're special to watch. And of course in the secondary there is nothing but speed, and they're bigger in the secondary than most college teams are too. Taller. Now third down and 3 for the Cowboys, and they've got their first down as he breaks it loose and gets up across the midfield stripe to the 43-yard line of Oklahoma. It was Onyegetchi who made the tackle, and Morency, a 215-pounder, showed his cutback ability that time as he can load it up and drop a shoulder and get right through an arm tackle.
Yeah, great job of this offensive line, Keith. You talked about how coordinated they are. There's a nice trap block there by Sam Mays. Great start for the Cowboys. They get a good run on first down, then offsides against the Sooners on second down, and now they're in Sooner territory.
With the first down at the 43-yard line. Out of the shotgun. And the ball inside. They will run until you stop them. They will make you stop them. Donovan Woods, as I told you, is almost more of a running back at times than he is a passing quarterback. And he has no fear when it comes to sticking his head into the pile.
And according to Mike Gundy, offensive coordinator and former Cowboy quarterback, he's getting more poised, more confident. Getting that game day experience has really helped him. They wish the pass protection would be better for him, but he is expected to run the ball 8 to 10 times today. We already saw his first carry just there.
His brother, Dewan Woods, is one of the leading pass receivers on the team. They hand the ball off to Sean Willis, the fullback, trying to catch the Sooners on the right side on a quick pop, but couldn't do it. They stopped him almost in his tracks.
Larry Burdine with great penetration that time, Keith, showing that quickness at defensive end. Watch Burdine just jump right through this gap right here. Right on the knees of Willis, and you better get Willis around the knees. He's 260 pounds.
Third down and 8 now. Double tight end out there now for the Cowboys, Badgema and Johnson. And Donovan Woods will go to the shotgun. He is the single back. So he's got 4 wideouts to look around, goes shopping, got some time, gets it away, and overthrows his man, and it should have been intercepted. He threw the ball right to Brodney Poole, and Poole dropped it. So the Sooners lose an opportunity to get the football. Dewan Woods was the man for whom the pass was intended, and he was available. The ball just sailed away on Donovan Woods when he threw it. And
real
so
good pass. Yeah, sorry, Keith. Real good pass protection for Woods, but you can see this ball almost end over end. Clearly slipped out of his hand.
Cole Farden, F-A-R-D-E-N, is out there, a senior out of Grapevine, Texas. He's kicking to Mark Clayton of Oklahoma. The Sooners' return man is from Arlington, Texas. And he calls for a fair catch, but the ball is over his head, and that is to the advantage of Oklahoma State as Cole Farden. We saw him in the opening game of the season, and he had put on a terrific show punting the ball, and there he just slammed a 6-iron in and backed it up, and it's down on the 5-yard line. Here's the profile on Jason White, the quarterback and Heisman Trophy winner for Oklahoma, and he may very well be among the leaders for that trophy again this year. 6'3", 221. Look at the yards that he has compiled this year. His passing percentage is 65%. Bob Stoops, his coach, says his decision-making is quicker and perhaps more astute in his senior season. This is Peterson. He's coming out across the 10 and out near the 13-yard line. A pickup of about 8 yards on the play as Robert Jones brought him down. Now a look at the Outback Steakhouse starting lineups for the Oklahoma Sooners, the backs and receivers. Peterson there, you know about him. Mark Clayton is a very, very swift wideout. Brandon Jones is another one. The offensive front, the big man over there, Jamel Brown, he's the leader of that bunch. I mean, they will move the chain for you, but Oklahoma State bowing the neck on that carry will force him out of bounds, and looks like they got him out just before he got to the marker. It was Jones who made the final hit on Adrian Peterson. The defensive front now for the Cowboys: Smith, Mowarin, Coe, and Markey Fountain. Coe is he's the stump in there. He's the tree trunk. He's hard to move. Duran and Penson, the linebackers, and the secondary for the Cowboys. McLemore is a little guy. He's 5'7", 160 pounds. He's feisty, but still, he's a little guy. Third down and a yard. They get the first down up near the 20 as Peterson hurls his 210-pound body at that hole and got about 3 yards.
Good start for the Sooners offense after that great punt by the Cowboys. Varden. There's 3 running plays in a row for Peterson coming off their own goal line. And he just hits over that right side of their offensive line and picks up the first down with ease. Good lead block in there by J.D. Runnels, number 38.
You're looking at a 4-2-5 defensive set for Oklahoma State. And if a team loves to run the ball, they like to see that kind of defense. Here's the first pass by Jason White. He throws it out here to Clayton, and Clayton's feet's taken away from him in a hurry by Daniel McLemore, that 5'7", 160-pounder.
Important for the Sooners to keep their poise in this atmosphere. They played very well at K-State and Manhattan, where it's similar type of atmosphere. But here, because of the rivalry, you just never know what's going to happen. They've struggled here in the recent past. So watch for a silent count to be used quite often today by Jason White.
Second down and 7 for the Sooners, and White changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Keeps it, rolls out, getting some heat now, gets a block to keep him upright, and now he's going to get shoved out of bounds up around the 25-yard line by F.A. Mowarin.
Yeah, there are really no secrets between these two teams. They very familiar with their schemes. We saw that White changed the play at the line of scrimmage for this bootleg, but the Cowboys were ready for it. Look at the containment right there by Markey Fountain, number 97, and then the quick reaction to get White out of bounds after a short gain.
Wilson and Peoples have come onto the field. It's third down and 5. The ball is resting just short of the 25. You got 4 wideouts now for Oklahoma. Now you get a protector to come back into the backfield. DJ Wolf with the quarterback. White's pass is away and is caught for the first down, and the ball will go across the 40 to the 41. Mark Clayton made the catch, and he's the leading receiver.
Important type of play selection for the Sooners early in this game to get White out of the pocket so the Cowboys can't zero in on him. This is just a sprint out to the wide side of the field. There's the block by Wolf, and right in front of Jason White is the veteran Mark Clayton settling down in this zone. Watch how he reads this big opening right there, gets in between the linebackers, and then immediately gets up the field and gets 7 more yards.
Peterson caught just about the line of scrimmage. Somebody came diving in. Jamie Thompson, it looked like. Jamie Thompson in that 4-2-5. He's listed as a safety, but he winds up literally playing in a linebacker position at about 190 pounds. He'll get 1 yard on the carry.
Yeah, he's the leading tackler at 6 foot, 190 pounds. Watch how quick he is. That's important. Get Peterson before Peterson gets you.
Mark Bradley comes down to the very bottom of your picture now. He's another burner and a good possession receiver as well. Here's White looking. Looks this side. Now goes down the line for Bradley. And it is incomplete. Out of bounds. Defended by McLemore again.
That's 2 outstanding plays for Daniel McLemore. He made the tackle on Clayton on the quick screen earlier in the drive. That time did not bite on the pump fake by Jason White as they tried to fake the screen to the outside and then go deep.
For those of you who have not seen the Cowboys play this year, Darrent Williams normally plays in that spot. He's also a kick returner. Both teams are without their leading kick returners, both of them injured. Antonio Perkins for Oklahoma still sitting out an injury. It is 3rd down and 9. Out of the shotgun, White looking around, has time, lets it go. It's incomplete, thrown high. On the near side, Brandon Jones maybe got a hand on it, but McLemore was there, and Daniel sawed him off again. So you see what Oklahoma will do all day probably is send the taller receivers right at 5'7" McLemore.
And Brandon Jones is one of those tall receivers at 6'3", but that ball was just thrown too high. I got to believe it slipped out of Jason White's hand as it did earlier for Donovan Woods.
Blake Ferguson is in to do the punting. Prentice Elliott, excuse me. And it's beauty. Goes into the end zone. So both punters have hit big punts, and one of them was frozen on the 5-yard line by Farton of Oklahoma State. This one with the tail dragger goes 58 yards, but it'll come out to the 20 for an Oklahoma State first down. We've gone through a series of probing by both teams now. Here's the second go-round of possession. 1st down and 10 from the 20. The BCS standings brought to you by Allstate. Oklahoma comes in ranked number 2 in the nation. And the second unit, Utah, has been the big news in that group, finding their way into the number 6 spot. But that's just beginning to generate the kind of marketing impact that they had in mind when they created it. This is Morency out to the 30-yard line almost. He'll come up a yard short of his first down, and the tackle was made by Eric Bessie. Pretty good blocking stuff from that big old tight end, Billy Badgema, too. He had kept the door open for quite a while before Morency found his way through it.
He sure did, Keith. Let's check him out. Number 86 there on Rufus Alexander. About 18 moves right here. If he just had made 19, he might be in the end zone right here. Just one-handed tackle there for the Sooners.
2nd down and 1. They go into the middle with it. Kind of interesting play that number 13 on the near side, Bassie, was standing in front of one of the wide receivers. And then as he felt the count was about to happen, he moved inside and he almost got a piece of the tackle because he sensed his timing was very good, well sensed, and he almost got in there to cause some real damage.
The strength of Sean Willis, though, he was stopped a good yard and a half short of that first down and just kept going and got that ball across the 30-yard line for the first down. Heck of an effort by both Bassie and Willis.
By the length of the ball, it's 1st and 10 for Oklahoma State. On place, they bring him back this way, and now Donovan Woods sets a shotgun, looks around for somebody to throw to, does. Throws behind the intended receiver, though. Charlie Johnson taking away Johnson's ability to make something after the catch. So it's a pickup of 3.
What we're seeing from both these teams is a lot of shifting, a lot of motion. What they're trying to do is get the opponent out of position, confuse them, create leverage. So far, the pass protection has been very good for Donovan Woods. You can see this ball, if it's thrown up the field to Charlie Johnson. He might pick up a first down. Great catch.
On Morency is to the outside. He becomes a wide out. The ball is thrown this way, and it's thrown actually poorly to Quintus Elliott. Elliott was almost a sideways pass, too. Elliott quick to cover it in case it had been. And if he throws the ball out in front of Elliott, I think he had some room.
Yeah, we're seeing Donovan Woods' limitations as a thrower. First drive overthrew his brother, almost intercepted. The last two passes have been not necessarily off target, but to the wrong side of the player. He had to lead Elliott on that play, and Elliott, with his speed, would have picked up the first down with ease.
Third down and 6 now. Long 6. They break up the trips and send one man this way. That's Mack. And Woods back, goes down the middle with it and misses his man. Had him. Badgema was there. He was just trying to throw a quick pop to him, and he threw the ball and missed him. He had a little bit of heat, but still time to throw, and he didn't do it.
Well, and Badgema runs a hook, and Woods is expecting an out route. The ball goes to the out. Badgema on his hook, stopped in the middle, incomplete pass.
And here's your punt. The first was only 36 in length, but oh, how effective it was, though the Sooners ran away from their precarious position on their own 5. Kind of hard to start a ball game on your own 5-yard line, but they got away with it. This is a pretty good kick. Didn't get all of it. Didn't turn it over. The ball is taken at the 24-yard line by Mark Clayton. And Clayton, who is ever dangerous with the football under his age, just automatic. He runs by instinct, he says, and he'd scare you to death. He's on the 39-yard line with that return, and it'll be first down Oklahoma when we come back. And AOL for Broadband, proud sponsor of First and 10. Ball is right on the 39-yard hash mark, and it's first down in a scoreless ball game. Oklahoma owns the ball. Peterson's got it. That first stride, do you notice, is short. The second one is big. And now he's got his leverage and power going by the time he makes that third hit.
This offense is really starting to work well, too. You can see how hot Jason White has been the last couple of weeks with those 8 touchdown passes, 4 in both games. He was the difference against Kansas last week.
4 wideouts out of the quarterback going under center. Gives the ball to Peterson, going for the outside as they stretch it out, and they get him to the marker and across it for the first down. Vernon Grant and Robert Jones combined to get him down.
Now is a great example of what this young man possesses. Breaks the initial line of scrimmage, turns on the speed, then has the strength to carry a tackler across for the first down. Jason White has to really hustle to get this handoff out to him, too.
Yeah, he really stretched out.
Yes, he did. There's the straight arm right there on Coe. Lowers his shoulder, picks up the first down on Robert Jones.
White back. Passes away, and it is caught inside the 40-yard line by Brandon Jones. And that'll be another Oklahoma first down. Now let's get an update from John in New York. To the shotgun for Jason White on first down now, and 3 wideouts this time. Gives to Peterson, going left again. Looks to me like that's his preferred side, Dan. He goes that way a lot. Of course, he gets over there behind Wes Sims and Chris Bush, and there's usually some room.
And he has a very mobile center in Vince Carter. Watch Carter right here behind the goalpost. After he snaps, he gets out in front on this play. Sims, the tackle, kicks out, as does Craig Bush. Short gain, but a very mobile offensive line on that left side.
38-yard line for the Sooners. Got him. Great catch. As he turned to look for the ball, it was there, and he made the catch and took it down to the 10-yard line. Mark Bradley caught it right in front of Jamie Thompson, and Thompson kept him out of the end zone.
Check out the timing on this play. This is what you want as a receiver. Once you make the cut, that ball should be in the air, and it was. Great ball adjustment by Mark Bradley at 6'2". Very easy to make that catch over the 5'11" Robert Jones.
Ball's in front of him. He scored. He was a little behind him.
Yep.
On 1st and goal, it's Peterson bouncing to the outside, and a couple of Cowboys get him at about the 8-yard line. Robert Jones has been busy, hasn't he? They've been running that way. Of course, he plays that defensive side and got help from Penson, the linebacker.
This is an amazing number right here. 9th in the Big 12 in the red zone. They've been off to struggling starts their last couple of games. Have finished well, but getting in the red zone and getting in the end zone been tough for OU.
Peterson inside the 5 before they gang tackle him, and you see that their 4 Cowboys all got a piece of him.
Keith, the Sooners kind of like this side of the field, don't they? Running left one more time behind Runnels. Wes Sims. Kevin Chasen in the game now, left guard.
Kewan Jones comes into the backfield now, making his first appearance in the ball game as they go to shotgun. Jones is number 20. Played a lot last year. He's behind Peterson. And White's pass, touched to the corner, touchdown. Mark Bradley. He got away from John Holland, and he was free by 2 yards as he made the catch. Kewan Jones showed his worth too, Dan, as he came in and threw a heck of a block.
Well, let's check his block out because he's going to get a blitz right here, and it's really a great job of picking up the blitzing linebacker. You said touch pass, touchdown. You bet.
Extra point try, Trey DiCarlo left foots it and didn't break a window. So the Oklahoma Sooners, ranked number 2 in the BCS poll. Powerhouse of a football team takes the lead 7-0. Welcome back to the BCS Spotlight Game presented by ADT, and interact on Enhanced TV now at ESPN.com.
Last time the Cowboys had the ball on offense, they had a 5-play drive. They threw it 3 times, only ran it twice. One of those runs was a nice 9-yard gain by Morency. You would suspect that the Cowboys will get back to Morency. He's got 41 yards rushing and just 3 carries already.
Robert Jones and Prentice Elliott are the return people, with Trey DiCarlo kicking it off for Oklahoma. It's returnable from the 6 by Elliott. Got a crack over there and almost got loose. They finally get him outside the 30-yard line, up at near the 34. So there the Cowboys will have it. Pretty good offensive field position for a starting point. And tomorrow, the PGA Tour's best will be competing in the last event before the season-ending Tour Championship. The final round action from the Chrysler Championship at 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific here on ABC. Playing down in Palm Harbor, Florida, and I'm told if Vijay Singh makes the top 15, he will reach $10 million in earnings this year. The first man ever to do that in professional golf. Got to burn the clock, and I guess they did, because the back judge who keeps the clock threw the flag.
Yeah, they got the timeout called just in time.
Just before
the clock ran out. That is the danger of shifting and moving and having multiple formations like the Cowboys want. Les Miles trying to get his guys over there and say, calm down, we're all right. Just down by 7. We've been working the ball on the ground pretty well. We're going to get back to it. Don't be surprised if we don't see some option from the Cowboys on this series.
Well, we know they've got it in hand because they've run it many times already this season. The only loss for the Cowboys was to the Aggies here on the Cowboys home field. An update now from John in New York.
Keith, as you know.
Thank you, John. I'm afraid the Boilers and Kyle, those two losses are going to hurt them.
I would think so. Nobody's talking about Orton being a front runner for the Heisman as they were doing just about a month ago. Talk now starting to center around Jason White a little bit. Matt Leinart still in the running for SC. Of course, winning really goes a long way towards the voters' opinion on who's the best player, especially at the quarterback position.
The ball is put at the 32-yard line now for the Cowboys, and 1st and 10 as Luke Frazier checks in. They run it. Well, that big number 80 reached in there and got a piece of him. Dan Cody. Cody is he is Mr. Destructo. He tears up everything in his neighborhood. He is a tough guy to handle.
He's got great quickness too, Keith. I mean, he just loves to play the game. He wants to make every tackle on the field. Watch him on this play. Here he is way out here. He'll start out here thinking the ball's coming back out that side, and then has the speed and strength to close and bring down Morency.
He did it with one arm, too.
Yes,
you don't see that very often. 2nd down and 9 now. Donovan Woods down the field. It's too long beyond everybody. His intended receiver was well covered on the play. Cody, talking about handling the big Oklahoma State running back, said this in conversation with Dan Fouts.
As good as running back he is, and he is a great running back, I mean, he's going to get yards on you, and that's what you can't have. You can't have him nickel and diming and chipping away at you, because there's nothing more harmful to your defense than, giving up those 3-4 yards at a time and just being out there for a 12-play series.
3rd down and 9. Passing formation again for Oklahoma State. Woods gets it away and throws that one way beyond. And the receiver, DeJuan Woods, his brother, it was 4 feet over his head. So they don't look too sharp with their passing game.
No, and I'm not sure why they've gone away from the running game. Morency's averaging 10 yards a carry. He was stopped by Cody after one play there, but after that they went to the air and weren't even close. 1 for 6 now for Donovan Woods.
And Boone Pickens Stadium is pretty quiet.
Yes, it is.
Cole Farden in for the punt. Oh, he got this one. Ooh, good beauty. This will go into the end zone. It was tantalizing for Clayton to run back, but he let it go, and a good thing. 67-yard punt.
And the amazing thing what Clayton did was he looked back to where the 10-yard line was. When he got to the 10-yard line, he said, the heck with it, I'm going to let it go.
Monday night, one team coming off their first win, the other off their first loss. Al Michaels, John Madden bring you the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Monday Night Football, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, ABC Sports. Sooners to the attack now from the 20. Peterson. And the defense strung him out pretty well that time and got him after about a yard. John Holland was the key in that defensive pursuit, as those 5 defensive backs all flooded right to him.
He's got 10 carries now, 33 yards, and 9 of his carries have gone to the left side of the OU offense.
Well, Kansas last week held him for a while. In fact, the first half.
You can see the defensive backs there, 17 Holland, 6 Woods. But you would think that in this type of defense with 5 defensive backs that the running game would be big for OU.
Probably will in the fourth quarter. That's when all the great backs seem to get stronger. White out of a shotgun, throws the ball underneath to Kewan Jones, who himself is a tailback. He'll have the first down as he runs it out close to the 35. Call it the 34, first down Oklahoma during the tackle.
That's a great 1-2 punch for your backfield. Jones, a junior, has gained a lot of yards as a Sooner before Peterson got here. But you can see his value. We've seen him already pass protect on the touchdown throw, and now as a receiver on the screen pass.
Well, Kiwan at 5'9", 200. He's a pretty good chunk sitting back there. And he is the deep guy in this I set. Gets the ball. Somebody had a halter on him after he picked up a couple of yards. Jerry Don Bray got him high, but it didn't get him around the head. And it was a good tackle.
Well, mission accomplished as far as taking the crowd out of the game for the Sooners. This crowd is totally flat. And I think they're worried about when Oklahoma's going to break another big play on it.
Jones stays at tailback. He gets it, weaves his way through the traffic, and he'll be 2 yards short of his first down.
That's the formula that Chuck Long, offensive coordinator, wants for the Sooners, is pound the ball with Peterson, and now we're seeing Jones. And then that play action pass that worked so well, the deep ball last week against Kansas.
So we played one. Oklahoma leads 7-0. ABC Sports presentation of college football back after this message and the word from our ABC station. Well, you better go get another box of ammo just in case.
There you go.
All right. Ball's on the 44-yard line now as we go to the second quarter. It's 7-0 Oklahoma leading Oklahoma State, and we're playing in the Cowboys home field, Boone Pickens Stadium, where they're adding to it, refurbing it, making it fancier. It'll be pretty next year all around the stadium. Jason White hands the ball off to Adrian Peterson. Peterson shifts into second gear and goes whistling across midfield and hits the ground at about the 44-yard line on the Cowboys side of the field.
Keith, this is a great running back. He's only 18 years old, but watch these moves right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to come to a complete stop, avoid a tackle, jump to the outside, jump twice to the outside, and then turn on the guns. Wow. Two Cowboys had a shot at Peterson for a loss there on third down.
Peterson now with 11 carries and 46 yards. And White pumps it again and lets it go into the cheap seats. Some cheap seats. 30-yard line probably takes a mortgage to own those.
I don't know. It looks like a lot of students down there, Keith. I think those, yeah. See, they're standing up. The mortgage people are on this side.
Well, mom and daddy then.
Yeah.
Ball's on the 44-yard line. Second down and 10. Oklahoma just whittling away. So far, Oklahoma State's got nothing out of their passing game, and they've gone away from their run. And the Cowboys jump off sides unless there was movement, but I think perhaps somebody must have flinched because too many Cowboys jumped.
Before the snap, false start, 70 on the offense.
There you go.
5 yards, second down.
So while they mark off the penalty, let's check in with John for this update. That'll quicken Lou's step. Have the lead over Tennessee. Second down and 15 now for Oklahoma. The ball comes back to the 49-yard line. Jason White stands, gives it to Clayton. Clayton makes the first man miss, second man miss, third man miss, fourth man miss, fifth man got him.
He doesn't give you much of a target, does he? I mean, he gets down low. He's spinning like a top. Vernon Grant saying, I should have had him. Well, he's got company there. About 4 or 5 Cowboys should have had Mark Clayton. That was a quick screen to the outside. And then just watch as Clayton does his magic here.
2, 3, 4, 5. Took a bunch.
Yep.
Third down and 4. And a little pitch to the outside, and upside down goes number 28, Adrian Peterson. But he's on his marker for a first down.
Now he's willing to do whatever it takes to get that first down. When he went airborne, he was about 3 yards short. And now he got down close enough to bring out the chains.
He may be a foot short here. Just a little bit. Got to move some people around so they can get the chain on the field.
Great effort. Robert Jones with the tackle. I'm not sure that he got a very good mark. It looked like the ball was in his left arm, and when he hit the ground, he was about a good half yard farther than where they marked him.
But he's a foot short of the first down. Maybe almost 2 feet.
Yeah, that'll bring up fourth down, and the Sooners have been awesome on fourth down conversions, as you can see.
You have the feeling right now that Oklahoma has control of the football game. Mainly because the Oklahoma State passing offense has produced literally nothing so far.
Well, what the passing offense has done for the Cowboys is taking them out of character.
Yep.
They're the fourth leading rushing team in the nation, and they're trying to throw the ball against the Sooners.
They'll go. Wedge it in the middle. Penalty flags all over the field. And they may not have made it. I don't know. We'll just let them unwrap them down there and see where the penalty is.
Before the snap, false start number 18 on the offense.
Well, the false snap is a Jason White.
Yeah, he's trying to get a running start on this quarterback sneak. And you rarely will see this. Usually a quarterback is pulling out, going backwards. But watch him. Watch him move around here. He's given the center the signal to snap it, and the ball comes up a little bit late from Vince Carter, and Jason White gets called for the false start.
And it'll be punting time on fourth down and 5. Blake Ferguson will hit it around midfield. He's obviously going to try to pooch it way into the air, but he got too much foot on it, got too much spin on it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line for Oklahoma State. We've got 12 and a half minutes to go in the first half, and Oklahoma leads Oklahoma State 7-0. 7-0 ball game at the noon hour.
Time for our Pacific Life Game summary, Keith. A couple of big plays for the Sooners. This 29-yard pass to Mark Bradley from Jason White, and then a couple of plays later, White will find Bradley in the corner of the end zone for his 18th touchdown pass of the season. Bradley from 4 yards out, 7-0 Sooners.
Oklahoma State now getting the ball at the 20-yard line. Donovan Woods sets him up. Badgema, the tight end, is the man in motion. Morency is the deep back. Woods rolls out, looks downfield to throw, takes it down, looks to run himself, gets to the 20-yard line, and he's stopped. Lance Mitchell, the middle linebacker, was tracking the quarterback, and he was right there and took him down.
Little hesitation there by Donovan Woods. Once he got out of the pocket, you can see just a little bit reluctant to cut this one loose. Play action pass, roll out. Badgema is going to sneak into the flat here. He's well covered. And now the too many moves here. Once you make those moves, the Sooners with their speed are going to get you.
These guys are fast on both sides of the ball. It's faster than most teams, and faster than any team that I know of in the country. Overall speed is really something. Well, Woods finds Badgema, the tight end, drills it right into the breadbasket, and he picks up 9 yards on the play.
13th catch of the year for the big tight ender, Billy Badgema. Lined up right here. No pass rush at all for the Sooners. And that sets up the Cowboys in a very makeable 3rd down and about a yard.
Well, Donovan Woods has got to prove to the Sooners that he can hurt them. Otherwise, they're not going to worry about him too much as long as he's throwing the ball around and he sticks his head in the stack and gets the line surge good for the first down. just beyond the 30-yard line.
We're seeing a lot of two tight end formations for Oklahoma State. Bajema with that catch. Charlie Johnson has the other reception. But with these two big tight ends, they go about 265, 280. That adds to the beef of that offensive line. And you would suspect that Morency would get a lot more carries. But now Seymour Shaw is in the game for Morency.
Shaw is quick. He's a very quick-footed fellow. Pretty good size. He's at 215, Shawnee, Oklahoma. Played quite a bit this year. And he gets the carry here and almost splits it and almost popped out of there. But he'll roll for about 4 yards on the play. And we'll go for an update with John in New York. Rutgers could get 3% of the athletes in the state of New Jersey. They'd be in the top 10 every year, wouldn't they?
Yeah, we bet you.
Second down and 6 now. Trying to get everybody in the right place. We're not sure about that. We're going to have to call a timeout because Seymour Shaw is in the wrong place for Donovan Woods, or somebody didn't understand something, and so they spend the timeout, and that leaves them with 1 and 10:03 remaining in the first half. For Broadband, proud sponsor of 1st and 10. Morency is back in there as the deep back out of the I formation now for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. They need some offense. They've got 3rd down and 6 looking at them. They just picked up the 1st down. With their possession starting at the 20. Donovan Woods coming down the line with it. Keeps it, turns into traffic. And taken down by number 42, Rufus Alexander of Oklahoma.
That was the first option play we've seen today from Donovan Woods. Well played by the Sooners as they were aware that Morency was the pitch man, number 33. They had him covered, and then look at the speed as all the white jerseys close on Donovan Woods.
It'll be 3rd and 2 as the Cowboys come to the snap. Morency is going to come up short of it as number 10, Lance Mitchell, the middle linebacker, got the penetration and had the foot speed to track him down and brought him down short of the 1st down marker. And so once again, the Oklahoma defense asserts itself, and the Cowboys will have to punt.
Right about here is where Lance Mitchell is going to show up once the ball is snapped. Watch number 10 just take off and get into the backfield and run down Morency.
And he's big enough and strong enough to stop him. Wouldn't let him drag him. Cole Farden with his 4th kick of the day. And it's a spinner, but it's low. It's a tail dragger. Should take a good Oklahoma State bounce, and does. Oh, it's touched by the Sooner. And Oklahoma State recovers the ball inside the 15-yard line. Mark Clayton, who is not a seasoned veteran at returning kicks, kind of reached back for the ball when he realized it wasn't going to go all the way to the end zone. The ball touched him, and Vernon Grant covered it for Oklahoma State.
Keith, he showed real good judgment on an earlier punt. This time he was just too tempted as he saw the Cowboys run away from the ball. Watch this ball bounce. He's saying, let it go, let it go. Now he sees that big hop there and thinks he can pick it up. Well, there's the artificial surface causing a bounce to go the Cowboys' way. And what a break this is.
So let's see if they can do something with it. Well, there's a Sooner offsides unless somebody moved. Cody was coming, and I got a hunch that Cody was trying to anticipate, and the cookie jar was slipped away from him.
Yeah, I think the hard count by Donovan Woods got him into that neutral zone.
Before the snap, offside on the defense. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Well, the Sooners have had some problems on special teams. How about last week against Kansas? This fumbled punt snap by punter Blake Ferguson resulted in a 1-yard punt. Then Trey DiCarlo had this field goal block, later had an extra point block. But so what? Sooners won 41-10.
It's 1st and 5 now for Oklahoma State, just inside the Sooners 10. Donovan Woods out of the shotgun, pulls it down, takes off, gets in behind one of those big linemen, and goes inside the 5, loses his hat on the trip, but he got a pretty good sized gain out of it. Charlie Johnson, the tight end, was the hip pocket that he hooked onto, and Woods will have the ball down at the Sooner 3, and that will be first and goal.
It's like having another running back in the backfield. In fact, it's a single wing play is what it is basically. The tailback Woods just getting in behind Charlie Johnson and that big offensive line. Sooners have a lot of success in the red zone. I mean, the Cowboys do.
Woods still got it. Going for the corner. Touchdown. Yeah, that wakes up the home folks.
Just 2 plays after the fumble by Mark Clayton, or muff by Mark Clayton, just a bootleg. Faking the ball here and coming out. Fake to Morency, and then just pure speed. Donovan Woods showing off his running ability, and that should give him a lot of confidence as the rest of this game goes on.
Jason Ricks for the extra point, and it's good. And we're all tied at 7. Jason Ricks won the game at Missouri last week with a 28-yard field goal inside the last minute. So the horse is on the field, the flag is flying, and Stillwater's happy. It's a tie game. Cole Farden, the punter, will do the kicking off as the Sooners are lining up on the field and waiting to get their turn to answer that touchdown. Mark Bradley and Travis Wilson are the return people for Oklahoma. And here's the Cowboy punter, who's also the place kicker for the kickoffs. Ricks does the field goal stuff. Ooh, that's a big one.
That's nothing new for the Cowboys. 75% of Cole Farden's kickoffs have resulted in touchbacks just like that one.
Now time for the Aflac trivia question. This week's question is, who holds the NCAA 1A freshman record for consecutive 100-yard rushing games? We'll have the answer eventually, unless somebody forgets.
I think the duck is scared.
Yep. It's November. Almost. All right, here come the Sooners. First down from the 20. White's in the shotgun formation. Turns, hands the ball to Adrian Peterson, and Peterson is grabbed almost instantly by Clay Coe, a 295-pound senior from Edmond, Oklahoma. Edmond or Edmonds?
Well, as big as he is, it better be plural. Coe with pretty good quickness here. Watch him from this spot. Little handoff to the inside here. He beats his man and then gets the running back again before he gets running.
Little touch out to the outside, and he's caught, tripped from behind. That was a very good defensive play, and I think it was Vernon Grant that got his heels and brought him down.
Yeah, you go back to that misplay by Mark Clayton on the punt, and this crowd has got their second cup of coffee, a touchdown in them. They're back into this game, and the defense obviously is going to feed off the emotion and noise and energy of this orange crowd.
That could have been a touchdown, though, if they don't trip him, because he had things just about where he wanted them. Third down and 7 now, and again they stay in the shotgun formation, throwing the ball. White looks for a long time down the middle, and it's a good defensive play down the middle by Daniel McLemore on Travis Wilson.
It's almost like Daniel McLemore is the second coming of Darren Williams. We've seen him make plays on the run in the secondary, and on this one on a third down when the Cowboys needed it most to hold on to the momentum that they have right now, he was there to knock it away.
Prentice Elliott drops back as Blake Ferguson steps in to punt for the Sooners. He'll hit it somewhere around the 12. Elliott standing, he's backing up now inside his 40 to the 35. right through his hands. Ball's loose. Cowboys get it. Ball's loose. Cowboys cover it in the end zone. Touchdown. Grant Jones gets the touchdown. Well, the Sooners are helping them.
Well, that was a great snap. There was nothing wrong with that snap by Jacob Rice. But for the second week in a row, Blake Ferguson is going to just drop the punt snap. It's right to him. And now he's in big trouble. And watch this, the Cowboys keep this ball alive. One of them knocks it back into the end zone, which is a brilliant play. And there is the touchdown for Vernon Grant.
Grant Jones, 30. Extra point try coming. Jason Ricks. Good. All right, Dan, here comes old hometown momentum.
You think so, huh? Yeehaw! Oklahoma State on top, 14-7 because of misplays on special teams. Second week in a row, Blake Ferguson has dropped a perfect snap. Cowboys are all over it for the touchdown as Grant Jones eventually will get the ball in the end zone. But 2 weeks in a row now, the Sooners have had trouble with special teams. They got away with it last week against Kansas, but right now they've pumped life into this orange crowd.
All right, here's the kickoff. 14 points in a minute and 36 seconds by Oklahoma State for the 14-7 lead. Here's your return by Travis Wilson for the Sooners. And the Oklahoma State pursuit is hot. They get downfield in a hurry. The Aflac trivia question, which we asked a moment ago, who holds the NCAA 1A freshman record for consecutive 100-yard rushing games? The answer? Poe James. Remember Poe James? 1968, New Mexico State. He had 8 consecutive 100-yard games as a freshman. Guess who's closing in on that mark if he gets 100 today?
Adrian Peterson.
Yes,
I'll bet you.
You betcha.
Gotcha.
Speaking of Peterson, stopped just about the line of scrimmage. He'll get a yard before Jamie Thompson risks his life and takes him down. And here's Todd Harris.
Well, Keith and Dan, it is absolute bedlam down here right now. The fans are back in it. But Adrian Peterson is a young man who really burst on the scene this year. But it was at an early age that his father knew that he was going to be a player. His nickname is AD, as in all day long, because the kid would play from sunup to sundown, and he had the stamina to do it. But he is playing with a heavy heart. As a young age, he lost his older brother when a drunk driver ran into their family. Keith.
All right, second down and 8. Jason White, all day to throw, throws complete out to the 25-yard line. Will Peoples making the catch, and the senior out of Humboldt, Texas, brings it down and moves the chains.
Yeah, a bit of a silencer with that pass by Jason White to Will Peoples. Again, White's getting all day to throw. Only been sacked 5 times all season. Hasn't even been knocked down yet today. He surveys the field, and Peoples with a tough catch. Good concentration, catching the ball in his hands over the middle.
Mark Bradley's back into the game. He's the fellow who caught the big play to set up their touchdown and then caught the touchdown pass. Jason White back again. No pressure on him. Goes deep down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. Intended for Mark Clayton. And running with him was Robert Jones, who has played a fine defensive ball game for Oklahoma State, number 6.
Yeah, Jones showed good speed, but that ball was thrown too far to the middle of the field. If White throws the ball out in front, Clayton's on an inside post route. It's easier for Clayton to separate from Jones. Well, you know Mark Clayton wants to make up for that misplay on that punt, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Second down and 10. Clayton's coming this way in motion. He gets it. He got a little screen out here. And there's Mr. Jones. Robert Jones right there.
Well, they've gone to this play about 3 times today. It was very successful the last time because Clayton made a great run. But this was just perfect defense. Clayton has 2 blockers out in front of him after he catches the ball from White. But the ability of the Cowboys to shed these blockers and make the tackle. Robert Jones in on another play.
3rd down and 7 now for Oklahoma. Cowboys got a 3-man deep for now. They bring 4th man up. Ball is caught. Bradley down the sideline. See you later. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Ball bounced off his hands. He caught it on the ricochet, and by then his motor was running, and it's 72 yards and 6.
Well, that's why they're the #2 team in the country, bouncing back from a couple of special teams miscues. Senior quarterback, former Heisman Trophy winner, with his 2nd touchdown pass of the day. This is really a beauty. A crossing route as Bradley comes from the other side of the field. Juggles the ball, makes the catch. Look at these Jets. Wow.
The extra point try by DiCarlo is good for the Sooners. And we're tied at 14 with 4 minutes to play in the first half here in Stillwater.
Yeah, Mark Bradley likes playing against OSU. Last year he threw a touchdown pass and had a touchdown reception. Watch him come across the field right here. Talk about concentration. Should have caught it there. Got the lucky bounce, but stayed with it. And boy, look at this beautiful stride as he pulls away from anybody in orange.
Got Winburn.
Big, tall, 6'2", 198 pounds, and fast.
He must be in that 4-3 category.
He was there.
There's speed, and then there's football speed, right?
Yeah, and you can't ever measure football speed.
Nope.
Something happens down there when people are chasing you.
Bob Stoops is you know, he came into that program, and it wasn't in all that good a shape when he took it. But he sure has cured things. And his brother Mike is down at Arizona with his other brother Mark. So the Stoops family with Dad and the whole family has been into coaching football.
That was obviously a huge play, but the way that the Sooners responded to the touchdown, both those special teams misplays, that really shows you a lot about the character of that football team right there.
Speed kills, and boy, have they got it. 5-yard line, Robert Jones. And Jones is across to the 23. I'll tell you what, though, there are other teams in the group of the top 5 in the country that have that kind of speed. Robert Jones may have buggered up a knee. He's hurt on the play and is on the field.
Robert Jones brought down by number 6, Jason Carter.
At the conclusion of today's game, we'll select a Chevrolet player of the game from each team, Chevrolet making a $100 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund. If they lose Robert Jones, they're going to lose a fellow who has had a profound impact on the goings-on in this first half of play.
Yeah, that would mean they're both at their starting corners, Darrent Williams and Jones, would be out.
Trying to walk it off.
I would suspect that they would keep him out at least until the second half.
Well, on that last plant probably, or maybe as he went down, somebody rolled up on it. But Massey was the fellow who brought him down. Anyway, he's sitting down, and we'll see about his future. Right now, the Cowboys with Donovan Woods at the trigger. Line up in an I formation, and Morency is the deep back. Thought the right side of the line might have moved a little early that time.
I think you're absolutely right.
Timeout, Oklahoma. First timeout of the half.
Well, Sooners called a timeout just about the time all of that was occurring. And the Sooners being summoned to the sidelines, and now I bet you Bob Stoops is wondering about whether or not there was a foul, and apparently there wasn't. We'll take a break with the Sooners. There's been some serious conversation going on in the huddle over there with the defensive people and the coaches.
Yeah, you got Stoops, who is a defensive coach,
Yeah,
and then
that's right.
you got co-defensive coordinators and Brent Venables and Bo Pelini. So there plenty of guys to yell at people.
Coming up on Capital One Halftime Show, John Craig and Aaron scores highlights and their midseason All-America team. Perhaps an early look at who we'll see on the singular ABC Sports All-American team, which will be presented in December. From the 23-yard line now, here are the Cowboys. First down and 10, 14-14 tie at 3:54 to play in the game, in the first half of the game. And they go back to Morency, who has been pretty quiet. He hasn't seen the ball much.
No, that's just his 6th carry. He had a great start to the game. Had a 27-yard run on the first possession for the Cowboys, which happened to be the longest run against the Sooners all season.
Well, I bet you see more of him in the second half, especially if we go to the clubhouse even. See the Sooners way out there. Most of that's in the air, though. Virtually all of it. Donovan Woods looking around, and now he throws it away. He got outside the tackle so he could throw it wherever he pleased, and he chose well out of bounds. Jonathan Jackson was about to jump his bones back there and do some serious damage because he had him in his sights.
Now, the one thing that the Cowboys don't want to do is have to punt this ball right back to the Sooners, because that momentum thing we were talking about, and this crowd settling down now, and the momentum back with the Sooners.
Going away. Third down and 6. Morency lost his footing. He stumbled just a bit as he made his cut to come back, and will go down at about he's close, but I don't believe he got it.
Yeah, it was another fine tackle by middle linebacker Lance Mitchell as he shot the gap. Just got one hand on him, but that caused Morency to stumble. If he doesn't stumble, watch this tackle by Mitchell with that left hand, just enough to get him down to where Nicholson can stop him short.
He had a reach at the end of his fall, though, and that's what made it close. He didn't make it.
Nope.
Almost a yard. Well, now, you got 2:54 to play in the first half. You're in a 14-14 tie. You punt it.
You cheated. You saw the punt team start to gather on the sidelines. Oh, wise one. Old seer of all.
I know full well what I would have done if I were sitting down there in Les Miles' shoes.
That's right. Where's that punter? And when you got a good one like Farton,
you use it.
Let him rip it. Especially you want a special teams play, because the Sooners have had problems.
The only problem is Mark Clayton's waiting on the other end. This is up the silo, and they're not going to go very deep, and Clayton comes up and makes a fair catch, and Oklahoma gets the ball back at 2:35 to go in the half, and they've got very good field position. They own the football at the 41-yard line on their side of the field. So they're just 59 yards away from the Oklahoma State goal line, and we've just seen them strike for a 72-yard bolt, so they're capable of going long distance anytime.
And they've got time, and they've got 2 timeouts. And they got a hot quarterback. He's now thrown 10 touchdown passes in the last 2.5 games.
I tell you, those fellows on those drums are the strongest people in the world, because they were outside my hotel room all afternoon yesterday doing the same thing. Knocked every leaf off every tree on the street. Out of the shotgun now. 3rd down and 5. They'll run it up the middle with Kewan Jones finding a crease, and he puts it on the Cowboys side of the field, and looks like he might have a 1st down on the play. Kewan came through there.
Yeah, a little draw play to start this drive. Good trap block there. Big number 77 coming across. Davin Joseph, the 312-pounder who can move.
So with the 1st down at the 49 on the Oklahoma State side, Sooners working out of the shotgun again. They've used that a lot in this 1st half. Jason White all day puts it in the air for the end zone, and it is just a dab too long for DJ Wolf. Wolf started staggering a bit at the end of his run and could not track it down, but it was too far.
I don't believe Wolf really felt that he was the primary receiver on that play. White saw him break loose down the middle of the field. He's yet to catch a pass this season, and that one drew a lot of attention once it was hanging in the air. We have not seen Adrian Peterson much in the 2nd quarter, have we?
No, we haven't. Bradley's back. Swing it out. Goes to Jones back in the game after his run, and he's going to pick up another 1st down for Oklahoma. No, he gets the spot's not good enough. Spot's going to leave him short by half a yard.
This is really a well-designed play by Chuck Long. Had trips to the far side of the field with Mark Clayton and just one receiver to the short side. Throw the screen back to the short side and pick up 9 yards with it.
So it's 3rd down and a short yard. Kewan Jones is your deep back. He gets it. He goes thundering into the right side of the line, running behind Flynn and Millington and Chris Chester, who may have been in there. David Joseph, the starters. Jamal Brown is the guy they say who is really the leader of that offensive line, and he probably ran right in between him and Joseph to get that job done. 1st down, 38, ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. Good play, 51, Victor DeGreat, linebacker, tipped the ball away. Victor DeGreat's a sophomore. He's out of DeSoto, Texas. There's a lot of Texas folks playing football in Oklahoma. You look at the Sooners 2 deep, including the special teams people. There are 26 Texans on that one sheet of paper wearing white today. Now at 1:12 and counting. White off the hands of Will Peoples, and he was out there all by himself.
Well, he had enough yardage for a 1st down, that's for sure. I think maybe he was thinking, well, it worked for Mark Bradley to bobble the ball. He scored a touchdown off it. This was a fine throw by Jason White. Has what he wants, is clear receiver. See, he bobbled it twice. You can only bobble it once if you're going to score a touchdown.
Brings up 3rd down and 10 for the Sooners at the Oklahoma State 38-yard line.
6 of 9 in the 1st half, converting on 3rd down for OU.
Handed off to Jones, and he pops free. And he's inside the 25, 1st down for Oklahoma at the 23 of the Cowboys.
You wonder if there's something wrong with Adrian Peterson, but there's nothing wrong with Jones as he makes Johnny Holland miss, embarrasses him with this move. Watch Holland come up here, number 17. He's going to have Jones right there, and he lands on his nose.
Again, Jason White has all day, has a man in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Mark Bradley. Bradley went to his knees. The ball was thrown low where nobody could bother him, and he put it away.
Well, you know, Mark Bradley's daddy, Donnie Bradley's got to be just out of his mind. Former Sooner himself, seeing his son catch 3 touchdown passes here in the first half. Now he's the holder. Don't be surprised if he doesn't pick this ball up and run a fake.
Nope. DiCarlo kicks it through, and the Sooners go back to the lead. 21-14 with 46 seconds to play in the first half.
Bradley only had 1 touchdown reception coming into today's game, and what a first half as Bradley finds a spot in the back of the end zone. Again, there's no pass rush at all for Oklahoma State. Look at White, look to the left, look to the middle. There's the hand up in the air for Bradley. A ball thrown perfectly away from the defender. Touchdown Sooners.
Bradley from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. He is a senior.
You know, that short punt by Cole Farton really hurt the Cowboys, didn't it?
Yep.
Gave the Sooners great field position with their timeouts. They didn't even have to use any of their 2 timeouts.
You could see it coming on his drop too, Dan, because he dropped it and the tail was low. And the ball went right straight up. DiCarlo, who comes out of Carrollton, Texas, will kick it off for Oklahoma. And waiting for it is Robert Jones, who's all right, and Prentice Elliott. That's a very short pooch kickoff. They don't want to get it back in the hands of those speedsters, so they pooch it up into the air, and a lot of people are doing that these days. And it's on the 33-yard line. Cowboys with 46 seconds to work with, starting at their 33-yard line, and a whistle.
Delay a game.
Delay, offense,
How do you,
5 yards, first down.
how do you have a delay a game after a timeout?
That is their first penalty of the ball game, and it's a pretty sharp prick to stick under the hide when you come out of a huddle. Get yourself ready to go. You got 46 seconds to play in the half. You just lost a lead of a ball game by a touchdown, and you get nailed by taking too much time on the clock. Like you said, Heisman Trophy winner at one quarterback, redshirt freshman at the other. A lot of stress on the field. Donovan Woods flushed and sacked inside the 20-yard line. Jonathan Jackson.
Now Les Miles had just better take the air out of the ball right now, kneel down on it, get back to the locker room, and slap some sense into these boys, because right now they are handing all those gifts that they got from the Sooners earlier in this quarter. They're giving them right back to them. First sack of the afternoon, and that could have been a disastrous one. Woods doing a good job of hanging on.
Sean Willis leaves the ball game. Julius Crossland replaces him as the protector for the quarterback.
Now let this clock run all the way out. Don't even snap it.
And the half is over. So in Stillwater, we are 21 for Oklahoma and 14 for Oklahoma State, as we've had a bunch of gifts in there. In that in a minute and 36 seconds, the Oklahoma State Cowboys scored all of their points, both touchdowns, off Oklahoma mistakes, and then they turned right around and helped the Sooners regain the lead. 21-14. Now let's join Todd Harris.
Well, Coach, impressive. Your kids got down early, but they didn't drop their heads. They got right back in it.
Well, no, they're going to find that they will play with emotion all day. The thing we got to do is get pressure on White and see if we can slow down that passing attack.
Also a key, getting the fans back in this. You guys were jacked up when you had them on.
Well, you know, hopefully we can get that going in the second half. We're looking forward to coming out.
Good luck.
See ya.
Keith.
ABC Sports presentation of college football returns after this message and a word from our ABC stations with a score at halftime: Oklahoma 21, Oklahoma State 14. Back here in Stillwater with a 21-14 Oklahoma lead over Oklahoma State at halftime. It's been in not the kind of a half I sort of expected to see.
Well, the only problems that the Sooners have had has been on special teams. Offensively, they're playing well. Defensively, they're shutting down Morency and making life miserable for quarterback Donovan Woods.
But Woods has got to step up in order for them to have a shot in the second half, don't you think?
They're only down by 7, Keith. They should just go back to their basic running game, give the ball to Morency, and let them run. Our Pacific Life game summary. Let's take a look at the first half for Mark Bradley. He had 4 catches for 128 yards. That's his first touchdown catch, made it 7-0. Then a 72-yard juggling sprint will tie the game at 14. And there he goes. He's gone. And then his final one at the end of the first half, a 23-yard touchdown strike from Jason White, gives the Sooners back the lead 21-14. Heck of a first half for Danny Bradley's little boy.
And we're ready to go with the second half of play, as Oklahoma had won the original toss at the beginning of the ball game, and they deferred, so now they get the ball first to start this third quarter of play. The temperature is creeping into the 70s, low 70s. It's just been an absolutely gorgeous day for football. Nobody bothered at all by anything akin to heat. And it's certainly dry. The kick is 6 yards deep into the end zone, and will stay there. And we'll spend a moment with Todd Harris on the field.
All right, thank you very much, Keith. I talked with Coach Bob Stoops moments ago. He said he was very happy the way his team played in the first half, despite the 2 colossal mistakes on special teams. Says the offense is balanced, and that's exactly what he wanted. I asked him about Adrian Peterson, if he was hurt or dinged up. He said absolutely not. You'll see plenty of Adrian Peterson in the second half, because the defense is holding Oklahoma State to under 80 yards of total offense in the first. Keith.
Peterson had 53 yards on 14 carries in the first half. He winds up with 28, 30 carries. That's pretty much his norm, but I think you can look for him to get more out of it. Here, the first play of the second half for Oklahoma, and he goes for 9 yards on his first carry.
That looked like his first carry of the ball game off that left side for a good gain and a good sign for the Sooners and their fans. Watch on the left side one more time for Adrian Peterson. Runnels getting out in front, opening up a huge hole for him.
Remember, Peterson now has run for 100 yards in 7 consecutive games. If he gets 100 today, he will tie the NCAA record set by Bo James back in 1968, New Mexico State. There he goes again. And very quickly, he's into the 60s for total yards gained. And they move the chains as he runs for a first down on that carry. There's 1,000 yards rushing in your career, number of seasons. Emmett Smith was the first, Marshall Falk, and now Adrian Peterson has joined the group. And I'll tell you, that's pretty lofty company.
Yes, it is.
His third straight carry for Peterson, and he's got another 6 yards on that one. So he's rolling it up in a hurry here in the third quarter. 17 carries now for 76 yards.
In that first half, he had 10 of his 14 carries in that first quarter. And they're starting the third quarter just as they did the game.
And they're beating up that one side of the line, because they've just been hammering over the offensive left side, defensive right side. And of course, Oklahoma State playing a 4-2-5. They don't bring as much bulk to the line of scrimmage as OU does, and this time there's penetration by number 17, John Holland, and he takes away Peterson's feet and takes him down for a loss.
Yeah, and what the Cowboys did that time is they filled every gap along the offensive line and forced Peterson to try to bounce it to the outside, and that's where Holland was, number 17. But look, there's just no place to run there for him to begin with. But it makes you wonder, they ran to the right side where they haven't had much success at all.
Now they stretch him out here with the 3 trips at the top of the picture, and Jason White goes into a shotgun. Comes back toward the line of scrimmage, changing his play. Sooners change the play, and the Cowboys change the defense, and the ball is off the hands of Kewan Jones coming out of the backfield and moved up into a slot to become a wide receiver, and Victor DeGreat was in the face of the Oklahoma quarterback on that play.
Yeah, watch DeGreat come in from this side of the screen. There he is just late. But again, that ball's right on the hands. That's got to be caught. If that's caught, it might be a touchdown for Oklahoma.
So Blake Ferguson is on to punt. Prentice Elliott is waiting for it. Back inside his 20-yard line. Snap was high, but he's got it off, and I mean very well. And it's rolling around, rolling around, rolling around. It's not going to kill it down there on the 4-yard line. Terrific punt by Blake Ferguson. The ball is down at the 4.
And when he catches it and kicks it, it works out pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah. 55 yards, no return, dead on the 4. That'll do.
Now, Vernon Morency, 7 carries for just 52 yards in the first half. He's been averaging well over 25 carries a game. Sure, we'll see more of this in the second half. This was his big carry in the first half for 27 yards, but nothing after that. The team speed, if Oklahoma State can't run straight ahead, the team speed of Oklahoma runs Morency down.
Well, you can't go east and west against him. Morency gets a couple of yards, gets it out to the 6, maybe the 7, before he's taken down. I don't remember any time during Bud Wilkinson's time down there that the Sooners ever did much. Let anybody do anything going east and west, and I don't think they've changed since, except for a couple of down periods of 3 or 4 years. Certainly not under Bob Stoops and company. Donovan Woods out of the shotgun, gives the ball to, he keeps it, kept it himself, and tried to find some daylight over the left side. And again, the foot speed of Eric Bassey shows up very quickly because he could outrun the quarterback. It's that simple, and he did.
Good penetration that time also by Dan Cody. Good fake by Woods, but did not fake out Cody, nor did it fake out Bassey.
I know, do you ever really get Cody out of a play?
I think his reaction to get back into a play is what makes him look like he's always in the right place at the right time.
Right.
Great change of direction for a big man.
3rd down and 6. They need something here to get a little room behind them. Otherwise, the Sooners are going to get very good field position. Donovan Woods throwing from the goal line. And, my goodness, he tried to touch the ball to Charlie Johnson, and Eric Bassey almost intercepted it.
Now, Eric Bassey should have intercepted this one. This was a ill-advised soft pass, trying to get it to his tight end after the play fake. You can see how he lobs this ball. Look at Bassey come up from the backside. He saw it all the way. He would have walked into the end zone.
So they've got to punt it. Cole Farden standing well back in his end zone. Clayton is waiting. High hanger. He's got it. Got away from one of the Cowboys. It was right there. Now he's got some help, and he's gone. No flags. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
I think Clayton surprised the Cowboys when he did not call for a fair catch. There's a Cowboy right next to him on this play when the ball comes in. Daniel McLemore could have made the tackle on Clayton, and now forget about it as he cuts across the field and easily beats the punter for the touchdown.
The point by DiCarlo. Good. So the wideouts, Bradley and Clayton, making a lot of news in Stillwater today. They lead 28-14. Well, the stadium grows quiet again as Clayton bursts for the punt return touchdown to give the Sooners a 28-14 lead at 10:40 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, there's a couple of sections of Crimson and Cream that are pretty happy. That looked a little bit like Antonio Perkins on the punt return, didn't it?
Yep. He's pretty exciting, but that was pretty good stuff we just saw. That ball is kicked at least 5 yards deep into the end zone to Prentice Elliott. And let's go back to that punt return for the touchdown by Mark Clayton.
You get it, and you can see everybody coming, like just full speed ahead, just trying to come kill you. And just, I mean, you know, you got to make somebody miss, and I mean, just thinking about how you're gonna do it as soon as you catch it, and just, I can't explain how it happens. It's just instinct, and you just move to a certain move that he makes. You making a move to it. It's like a chess match, and you know, he move, you move, you move, he move, and the man with the most and best moves win.
And in his case, touchdown. Here's Donovan Woods throwing it just about as far as he can throw it, and it is caught by his brother DeJuan, all the way down to the 34-yard line of Oklahoma.
Beat cornerback Chijoke Onyenyekecha. Beautiful pass by Donovan Woods to his brother DeJuan, and just what the Cowboys needed to get them feeling good about themselves one more time. Faking the ball to Morency, and just, as you said, Keith, throwing it as far as he can. Good use of the body by DeJuan Woods to bump Onyenyekecha off him and make the catch. Keep his eyes on that ball. Huge play.
46 yards on the play. Greg Jones in the ball game now, replacing Morency in the backfield. He's there as the protector for the quarterback. Woods out of the shotgun. Donovan Woods needs a dose of confidence. He just had a big play of 46 yards, but he comes up now and he's looking at the circumstance in front of him, and either he couldn't figure it out or didn't understand it, and he calls a timeout. ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you by Allstate, a proud sponsor of the Bowl Championship Series. Chrysler, inspiration comes standard. Singular Wireless. And AOL for broadband, proud sponsor of First and 10.
Keith, the Cowboys get the 46-yard pass from Donovan to DeJuan Woods. Get this crowd going again, and then they kill all the momentum that they get from that one single play by having to call that timeout. And again, Morency not in the game. Greg Jones up here.
Empty backfield for Donovan Woods, who takes it, just pulls it down, takes off. And took a pretty good lick along the highway. He'll get about 3 yards on that carry.
It's that old single wing tailback sweep behind Corey Curtis, the left guard, out in front. But you can see the pursuit of the Sooners trying to get the ball to the outside. There is 66 out in front. Corey Curtis, but just too much speed as Rufus Alexander punishes Donovan Woods.
It'll be second down, call it 8, closer to 8. And Morency is back in the ball game. Morency is so far not been a major player in this contest. They've handled him, and he hasn't seen the ball all that much. Woods dropped, looking, nobody coming. Look at that. Run down by Jonathan Jackson. He just looped all the way around, and he ran about 20 yards. And he got there before Donovan Woods could find somebody to throw the ball to.
Well, the Sooners have taken OSU out of their game plan. Stopped Morency, and the lack of the attempts for Morency has helped the Sooners as well. Here's Jackson right here. It's going to take him quite a while to finally chase down Woods, but it's impressive as he finally does. Look how far he comes and the speed he has to close on the quarterback. That could have hurt both knees. Second sack by Jackson this afternoon.
They're down in 15. Woods got a man. Caught it. Touchdown. Prentice Elliott makes a good catch. Woods makes a good throw. They beat Eric Bassi, and they've got 6.
What an effort by Prentice Elliott the true freshman, showing his athletic ability to make that catch and then stay on his feet and get in the end zone. And he was wide open on that play.
Jason Ricks for the point. Kick's good. And the Cowboys have returned to the table. It's 28-21 now with 8:45 to play in the third quarter. Sooners lead. So a quick strike just when they looked like they were on their heels. Woods connects with Elliott, and they're back in the hunt at 28-21, and we'll kick it off now.
2 big passing plays, a 46-yarder to his brother, and then Elliott for the touchdown. So Donovan Woods is showing he's a competitor.
Cole Farden kicks it well back and beyond the field of play. Well, he's got a good leg, strong leg. It'll come out to the 20 for the Sooners.
Let's take a look at our Chrysler passing playbook. A little bit of confusion for the Sooners in the secondary here. That's going to leave single coverage on the outside for Eric Bassi on Prentice Elliott. Safety Dante Nicholson playing in the middle of the field, did not get back to help Bassi. A great effort by the freshman to get in the end zone.
So let's see if indeed Old Mo has changed shirts. Adrian Peterson is the deep back for Oklahoma. Gets it. Running to the left side, spinning away, and he is gone. 8 consecutive games he's run for 100 yards or more, and he just streaked for that one. He has tied Poe James' record. And just that quickly, they break your heart.
Longest run of his young career, 80 yards, left side one more time as they're going to continue to pound on the right side of the OSU defense. A couple of guys had a shot at him, but forget it, right about there once he breaks through. The strength to break tackles, the speed to break the long one for this 18-year-old Peterson. Wow.
'80-yard run on the point. Good. 19 carries, 154 yards, and a touchdown. Here another look at the 18-year-old as he streaks into the history books for Oklahoma. A country gentleman who observed that a particular running back had great talent, hard to get him down, and he said, well, he ain't got no handles. Well, neither does Adrian Peterson, because there were 2 Cowboys that had a pretty good grip on him, and he just spun right out of it and went on his way.
Yeah, when he gets the ball, you move to the edge of your seat for that moment, and he just provided it. 80 yards, uncontested, once he got through that line of scrimmage.
Well, Reggie Bush got those same qualities about him.
Yes, he does.
Except he does it with the underneath the pass as much as he does and kick returning as well as running. So here's the kickoff by DiCarlo, and it's now 35-21. It's returnable, and unfortunately there's a whole bunch of white shirts in Robert Jones's way, and he does not get much past the 10-yard line. They're going to give him about the 13 where Oklahoma State will possess it.
But both times the Sooners have been able to respond to an Oklahoma State touchdown immediately.
Coming up, the second half of ABC's college football doubleheader. Most of you will see Texas take on Colorado. Others, Florida State, Maryland, or Michigan State, Michigan. And next, right here on ABC Sport, for scores, updates, and news, search college football on ESPN.com. Donovan Woods turns and gives the ball to Morency, and Vernon has no place to go. Lance Mitchell was running with him stride for stride. Rodney Poole joined the party, and they took him down quickly. Loss is back inside the 10-yard line.
Well, that's that east and west running, Keith, you talked about. You just can't do it against the speed of the Sooners. You've got to find a crease between the tackles. And Morency, who is very good at changing direction and cutting back, has just not been able to do that today, because every time he looks for it, there's a number 10 staring at him.
Well, whistle stopped that. Probably movement, drawing the defenders offside. While they sort this out.
Before the snap, offside, number 74 on the defense.
Goes on the
5
defense.
yards, second down.
We told you John Bible was the referee, Rusty Weir the umpire, Don Capral the head linesman, line judge Claire Gaussman, Gene Semko the side judge, Rocky Ryan the field judge, and Terrence Miles the back judge. All Big 12.
That penalty was against the redshirt freshman Lawrence Dampier. The 300-pounder got moving forward, couldn't stop it.
That is a problem when you're 6'5" and 300. And want to hurry. A little swing pass out to Prentice Elliott. And that'll get him up in the neighborhood of the 25-yard line, and we'll give him a first down. And we have this update from John.
Well, Keith, South Carolina has given up their 8-0 lead and then some. Tied at 8 apiece. Eric Ainge, 24 yards to Chris Hannon, touchdown. And Tennessee has their first lead of the game, 15-8. Keith.
Thank you, sir.
A lot better throw that time by Donovan Woods to Prentice Elliott. Remember, he tried that pass earlier in the game and threw it behind him. You can see a good pass like that, get it out in front, pick up the first down.
There's something to rhythm. Well, you know about it more than I do because you made your living at it, but you can tell when they're short and choppy or they don't follow with that elbow or whatever it is you do to get your rhythm. When you don't have it, it doesn't work. When you do have it, it does. Morency is brought down by Lance Mitchell.
And part of that rhythm, Keith, comes from anticipation. And you get anticipation by practice and also game experience. Woods, again, this is his first year as a starter for the Cowboys. It'll come. Marvelous athlete.
Well, there have been a lot of guys who make a pretty good living playing quarterback throwing knuckleballs. But as long as they get it to the right place at the right time, it doesn't make any difference how it looks.
That's right. Didn't say spiral in the step. She does it. Nope.
Not how, just how many. A lot of air under this one. Oh, that's got to get a flag, and it does real quick. When you get you trying to defend DeJuan Woods, that's the play that worked a little while ago for 46 yards. They went back to it, and they don't get the completion, but they certainly get a penalty.
Yeah, this ball hung up in the air a long time.
Pass interference, 22 on the defense. 15 yards, previous spot, first down.
Chijoke Onyenagecha is number 22, playing off, expecting this route. But the ball, if it's thrown down the field, it might be a touchdown. It sailed to the outside. It sailed so long that Chijoke felt, hey, I've just got to grab him because the ball should be already there.
I think I heard a fellow on who covers the Sooners. I think he was right. I think the best way to pronounce that is, I'm going to get you.
Well, I'm just about done with it, so I've done it 8 different ways. So
it's hard to call him big fella, but we may get to that.
I like Chijoke, easy.
Seymour Shaw is in the ball game right now for Oklahoma State. Gets the ball, tries to work his way in traffic, and doesn't get a whole lot out of it, but something.
There's not a whole lot of drop-off with Shaw and Morency. Shaw averaging 4 yards a carry, and he almost broke out the backside of that one.
Well, he tore a hole in UCLA in the opening game of the season. We saw him in the Rose Bowl. Though in that one, Morency did most of the damage. Second down and 7. Straight snap. Old single wing stuff again. Donovan Woods, pretty good sized tailback. Time permitting, stay tuned for the Thrifty Car Rental post-game report. Scores, highlights, all that from across the country. A lot of games coming up later today too that are important.
Donovan Woods now has more carries than Morency. 11 carries. He's been sacked twice, so he has a net average of just, well, he's only getting 9 yards. So putting the game in number 8's hands, apparently.
35-21, Oklahoma is leading with 4.5 minutes roughly to go in the third quarter. Woods has got it, now pitches on the option, and they get a first down, and he's finally run out of bounds over on the 32-yard line.
Outstanding block on the perimeter by DeJuan Woods. Got Morency about 12 more yards on this carry. First time they've been able to pitch the ball in the option play today, only about the second or third option that they've run. But a nice job by Donovan being patient down the line of scrimmage, waiting to the last moment to pitch it back. Look at this block out in the outside here. And I'm going to get you, didn't get him.
31-yard line, their 36-yard line. And the first man to reach in and grab a hold of him just couldn't take him down, and the second man got him. Morency is a junior out of Miami, Florida, and he and Donovan Woods are about the same size, except Morency is not quite as tall. But you could see when he got that option pitch a while ago and turned the corner and turned it on, he's got some go-to.
Yeah, if they run that option to the wide side of the field, that go-to has more yards to get to the end zone.
Here under it, ball caught inside the 5, DeJuan Woods. Just slamming into the wall down there. Brodney Poole trying to defend, but obviously there's some confidence between the brothers now.
Well, there's anticipation and a willingness to just cut the ball loose. Another perfect pass now for Donovan to his brother DeJuan. Couldn't be any better than that right there. But you talked about that rhythm, and you can see that there's no hesitation now for Donovan Woods. His numbers in the second half, what an improvement.
Seymour Shaw is the deep back for the Cowboys as they go on first and goal, and not much. Penetration was Carl Pendleton, and he was in there to take the ball carrier's legs away a yard or so from the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and goal just inside the 3.
And this is an area on the field where the option play is very valuable, because you have your two best runners with a chance to carry the ball on one play. And it's up to the defense to figure out who's got it.
Now you get Morency back into the ball game. And they're set up for an option here. They don't do it. They send him into the middle. Touchdown. Sean Willis went in front of him and wedged him a crack, and boy, he expanded it. Boom.
Yeah, the big fullback, Sean Willis, 6'1", 260, like having a guard in the backfield. Here he is right here. Just a straight blast play right up the middle. And Morency is not going to be denied. Watch the effort. He's going to sell out to get in. He knows where number 37 is. He got right in behind him at the last moment to get the score.
Everybody ought to know that Sean is from Flatonia, Texas. The extra point by Jason Ricks is good. And once again, the Cowboys are saying we ain't going away. It's 35-28 at 2:53 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, well, they're just throwing haymakers now, aren't they?
Yep.
Both teams are willing to do whatever it takes. Both teams responding to the other team's score. 10th touchdown of the year for number 33. And I'll almost bet you that every one of them has been behind his big fullback, Sean Willis. From Flatonia, Texas, huh?
Flatonia. Don't ask me where it is because I don't know.
I bet it's not in the hill country.
Might be down by the creek. Well, that woke them up. Everybody wearing orange is up now and happy again, smile on their face, and some folks getting ready for Halloween.
Let's hope. Yeah, let's hope that's not their normal garb. Although orange and black is the color of the day, isn't it?
Yeah. Cold does penetrate. The kick is a screamer, flat. Oh, they're going to bring it out. Mark Bradley's got it. And mistake. They stop him short of the 15-yard line, and there's a penalty flag thrown up here by the linesman.
Yeah, but 2 mistakes. Taking that one back, although it was a low kick, you'd probably thinking not a lot of hang time on it.
Holding on the return team, number 36. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
And that's the second mistake. If you don't return it, you don't get the holding call.
So that backs the Sooners up considerably as they go half the distance. That'll put them at just shy of the 7-yard line. So here come the Sooners. First down from their 7. They started one possession from their 5. They give it to guess who? Can they track him down? Peterson finally shoved out of bounds at the 37-yard line of Oklahoma State by Daniel McLemore. McLemore had just enough of an angle to track him down and shove him out, a 56-yard run.
First half, Peterson had 53 yards total. He's got an 80-yarder in the second half, and now this beauty. Same play right up the middle. Hitting against that left side. The angle is the only thing by Daniel McLemore to keep Peterson from a real long run.
Are they resting him? Well, they go to a shotgun formation and hand it away to Kewan Jones while Peterson gets the air bucket and a chance to regenerate.
Well, you know, Todd Harris asked Bobby Stoops at halftime if there was anything wrong with Adrian Peterson, and he said no, and obviously he was right.
6 carries. Listen to this. You see the freshman record that he already is building on, and the fact that he has now tied Poe James for 8 consecutive games of 100 yards or more. In the third quarter, he has 6 carries, 157 yards, and a touchdown. Third quarter. Jason White gives it to Jones, and Kewan on that cutback. Every good running back you're looking at these days all live off that cutback. And Maurice Drew out west, and Reggie Bush, and all the way across the country, you look at all of the good running backs, they all have that first and foremost in their mind, because when they make that comeback, boy, they come back with power.
It's at 1 foot in the ground, and then straight up the field, you bet. You know, Keith, those numbers that you just mentioned for Adrian Peterson, with Barry Sanders' endorsement that a freshman is worthy of winning the Heisman Trophy, that young man right there may be making a statement to become the first freshman to win the Heisman Trophy.
Could be. He's back in the ball game now, and this time he's going to pick up a yard, and that's all, as Jamie Thompson led the tacklers. Tonight, ESPN and ESPN2. Well, they're going to bring you at 7 o'clock Eastern Time the Miami Hurricanes and the North Carolina Tar Heels on ESPN2. Then ESPN, Carnell Williams and that bunch down at Auburn will take on Tommy Tuberville's old team, the Ole Miss Rebels. So we've got more information on ESPN.com. Log on to it, get the full details, and plan your day accordingly. This is Peterson going to the left side, left side, left side all day long, and he's not getting his first down, and there's a penalty flag buried in that crowd over there.
Going to be holding against the Sooners. Really one of their very few mistakes on offense this entire afternoon. Wes Sims, Chris Bush, Vince Carter, tight end James Moses on that left side have been dominant.
Only 60 on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, second down.
So when it looked like they were ready to take it into the end zone again, they hit with a 10-yarder. And that backs them up to the 30-yard line. Wes Sims is 6'5", 317 pounds. He's a senior, and he is out of Weatherford, Oklahoma. I'm searching my mind as somebody else that played football, the Sooners from Weatherford, and I'll come up with it for the day's over.
No, you will.
A good one. Kewan Jones is back there now with Jason White. Jones gets it. Bang, down he goes. Good defensive play by Paget McGee for the Cowboys.
Boy, Paget McGee on a run blitz that time just sold out and dove at the legs of Jones. Huge play.
So on 3rd down and 15, we end the quarter. It is 35-28, Oklahoma leading. We'll be back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Over there in the corner, those are the Oklahoma seats, and they're all full. Right there. The rest of them are all orange. Not all, but mostly.
And those are not costumes either.
No. We just found out where Flatonia is.
Where
It's
is that?
between San Antonio and Houston on I-10, and they got cold drinks.
Well, then that's where I'm heading. This game will make you thirsty.
3rd down and 16 now. Sooners are trying to answer. Expand that lead back to 14. Much more comfortable than 7. They'll work out of the shotgun. Jason White back. He still hasn't had his britches stained today. And it's Clayton. And Clayton breaks loose. And he's very close to the first down. My gosh, they had him hog-tied and hobbled, and he just ran right out of McLemore's grip. And he's just short of the first down.
But he is close enough to give Stoops the chance to go for it on 4th down. What an effort. Outside right here. We've seen this a lot today. Actually, it's inside going outside. Receivers clear out down the field, but watch this move. And that one. That's giving them 2 legs and taking it away.
They'll go. 4th and 1. Peterson. Oh, yes. He's got it. They're rolling back, but he had it.
Well, he paid for it too, didn't he?
Yep.
He's an upright runner. He's 6'2". He's going to take some shots like this. This will teach him to run a little bit lower when you're running between the tackles. He really got tagged.
Paget McGee, number 41. Look for him.
Left side of the screen.
There were a bunch of folks got a piece of that
Yeah.
action, but
Yep,
still
yep.
a first down on the 14.
We thank Mark Clayton for that.
It's Peterson trying his cutback, and this time the Cowboys cut him off at the pass. Marquis Fountain, the first one to get there.
Yeah, they spent most of the day running away from Fountain and Clay Coe on the right side of their offensive line. Had a lot more success running behind Sims and Bush, but you got to change things up. You can't give a team a steady diet of any one thing.
Second down 11 from the 15. Peterson again. First man missed him, second man missed him, and then they throw him out of bounds. Daniel McLemore, he just jumped over him. And finally, Jeremy Neathon is able to get him out.
He's a total package. Runs inside, breaks tackles, beautiful move, stays in bounds, takes the punishment. 18 years old, are you kidding me?
Well, he doesn't know how hard it is yet.
It doesn't look that hard to him.
Every morning he gets up, he's still limber. Kewan Jones comes in now. Peterson gets a bit of a respite and certainly has earned it. Jason White. You can see White wearing a considerable padding around his body. Ball to the end zone. No. Travis Wilson defended by Vernon Grant.
A lot of people here holding their breath, waiting for a penalty flag to be thrown on that one. Close, real close. But look, no pass rush at all for the Cowboys. Ball underthrown just a bit. Grant got there just a bit before the ball did, though. That should have been called pass interference.
Could well have. So they'll take a shot at 3 here with Trey DiCarlo. It's a 27-yard field goal try. Snap was a tad low, but it's up and clear. It's good, so that'll go to 38-28, a 10-point lead for Oklahoma with 13:32 to play in the game. Back to the BCS Spotlight game presented by ADT. 38-28 now, 10-point lead for the Sooners. And the Cowboys haven't gone away yet. They're still feisty about things, and Donovan Woods looking better as the game wears on.
And he's getting better pass protection too, Keith. He hasn't been sacked in the second half, and he's finding his rhythm, and he's finding his brother DeJuan.
Kick is away and high and long, way back under. They won't return that one. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. And there Oklahoma State will go to work. ABC Sports presentation of college football brought to you by Pontiac. Vote for this week's Pontiac game-changing performance at ESPN.com/Pontiac. Pacific Life, offering insurance, annuities, and investments. Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed. Nokia Video Phone, your life now with instant replay. And AOL for broadband, proud sponsor of First at 10. Well, we get Donovan Woods in the shotgun with Vernon Morency. That's the way they'll line up. Woods keeps it. Hole on the right side, and then he runs into some bulk as Lance Mitchell, and I'm going to get you. Take him down.
Did you see that crimson mark on the top of the helmet of Donovan Woods? You don't normally see that on a quarterback's helmet.
You don't play Oklahoma without swapping a little paint, I'll tell you that.
That's a whole lot of paint.
Second down, 7. Flip it out to Morency. Got a block over there. Turns 1, turns 2. Shook off that man on the way to picking up the first down. Dan Cody was the man that sort of had him, but he ran right on through him. And finally, Poole shoved him out.
Good effort by Dan Cody from his defensive end spot, but just too much speed for Cody to bring down number 33. Little misdirection. Doesn't fool Cody, but he just can't close on that tackle. Good job by Brodney Poole, though, to push him out of bounds.
36-yard line for the first down. Woods back. Down the middle. Got it! DeJuan Woods, another spectacular bomb catch. Holy smokes. That's 3 of them today for him from his brother.
And how about last week against Missouri? You think they've done this a few times in the backyard? DeJuan, I'm just going to chuck this one as far as I can, and you go get it. Right on the fingertips.
If you come back without it, you don't get in this upper.
Well, you know, he overthrew him a couple of times in that first half. And I'm sure that older brother Dewan said, hey, listen, just get it near me, and I'll put these big hands around it.
Nicholson and Poole were the people that stopped him from getting to the end zone. The ball is inside the 15 at the 14, first down, Cowboys. Here's a reverse. That is Prentice Elliott. Elliott going around the corner to the 6-yard line. 7, they'll call it, before he slides out of bounds. Boy, got 7 yards on that play.
That was an exciting 7, too, for number 11. We're seeing a youngster going to be a future star here in Stillwater with this speed. Prentice Elliott on the reverse, but with the speed, he's got some moves. Breaks a tackle there, finds his blockers, and gets down inside the 10-yard line. Watch him on the reverse, come all the way around. Razzle dazzle.
Takes some grit to run a reverse against Oklahoma.
Boy.
This is Morency down to the 5. Falling over the 5. Still not quite to the first down marker. Poole, the tackle. The only team I can ever remember being very successful running reverses against Oklahoma was Nebraska in their heyday.
Yeah. That was a great tackle by Brodney Poole. Morency was giving him about 6 moves, and Poole just said, I'll wait till you're done moving and tackle you.
There's your first down. Quarterback wedging for it behind the offensive line surge. I don't mean to assume it, but it looks like it. Touchdown here will make it a 38-35 ball game. 3 points. And we're going to go inside 10 minutes here pretty soon.
Neither of these teams are cracking either.
No.
They're standing up toe to toe.
They want to measure. Sooner says, well, let's just make sure.
Well, it's a good idea because it gives the defense a chance to rest.
Yeah. So I think what they had in mind.
Yeah, and it takes more effort, more energy to play defense.
It's a first down by the length of the football and then some.
And again, this is an area with the wide side of the field and Donovan Woods being right-handed, either a rollout or an option play with a lot of area to make it to get into the end zone.
They go to the eye. Woods keeps it, flips it to Morency. He's in there. Penalty flag as after you went into the end zone, they went into the wall, there's a flag thrown. So you might have something coming up. But apparently the touchdown is going to stand.
He almost started celebrating too soon.
Yes, he did.
Touchdown is good. After the play was over, personal foul, 44 on the defense.
Got Clint Ingram for pushing Morency into the wall.
Yep.
You don't have to push very far here. The wall's about 5 feet from the end zone. Here's that option play with all this room. You got to get the ball outside with all this speed. There's the high step. Where's the penalty? Penalty. That's an unbelievably ridiculous call on Clint Ingram. That penalty ought to be called on the official that threw the penalty flag. Boy.
Feel better?
Yeah, that got rid of that one.
10-yard line for the point. And Jason Ricks right down the middle. So we've got ourselves a little fracas here to resolve in the last 10 and a half minutes. Oklahoma 38 and Oklahoma State 35. Well, Bedlam has turned into a ruckus here in Stillwater now. It's a 3-point ball game.
Let's take a look at our Pontiac High Performance Drive summary. 80-yard drive, 7 plays. How about Donovan Woods in the second half? 5 of 6 for 177 yards and a touchdown pass. The option there, but after the touchdown by Morency, the personal foul gives Oklahoma State a great opportunity to pin the Sooners deep with a pooch kickoff from the 50-yard line.
Cole Farden Well, he's got a pretty good one working here. He drops it at the 6-yard line. It's taken, and Wilson almost hit a knee back at about the 6, but they stop him at the 15.
Here's a look at the potential singular player of the week candidate from today's game. Guess who? Adrian Peterson, now with 219 yards rushing and a touchdown. To vote, text player to 64444, or you can log on to ESPN.com. A couple of candidates in this game. How about Dewan Woods with 3 receptions for 128 yards. Jason White having a big day as well.
Mark Bradley has 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah.
Here come the Sooners now from the 15-yard line. Jason White still no pressure. He put some air under a deep ball downfield, and it is incomplete. He had Brandon Jones, who has fresh legs. Brandon hasn't been used a whole lot today as a deep man. He couldn't track it down.
That's just the 3rd pass in the second half thrown by Jason White.
Has he been on the seat of his britches yet today?
No way.
That'll be.
At least not with the ball in his hand.
Nope. I reckon not. Ball second down and 10 on the 15-yard line. Peterson's deep. Clayton in motion. Peterson gets the pitch. Coming around. Got one block. Oh, there's a good defensive play by Paget McGee. He broke through the blocking and just nailed it.
But you know, it's interesting, Keith, is they've tried that right side now about 4 or 5 times here, late in the 3rd quarter and now here in the 4th quarter, and they're just not getting anything when they run to the right. And they've been getting everything when they've run left. McGee with another big play for the Cowboys.
So J.D. Reynolds got his block all right, but there was another fella that nobody was there to get, and that was McGee.
McGee's got good speed too.
So it's 3rd down and 12 now as the ball comes back to the 13. And they go to the shotgun. Sacked him. First time today. Clay Coe, big senior out of Edmond, comes boring in and just bowled over the blocker and went right on through there and got the quarterback.
Yeah, he picked a pretty good time to pick up his first sack. Working right over the center here. Coe with quickness to beat Carter. And now watch Jason White get punished there by Paget McGee.
Blake Ferguson out of the end zone. I mean, he has no room. He cannot step back.
And he better not drop another one.
Gets it out. Pretty good kick from the end zone. This is Prentice Elliott. Blocking the back. There's the flag. Oklahoma State blocked in the back at about the 47-yard line. Blake Ferguson was the man that got the tackle, the punter.
And Jamar Ransom got the block in the back. It's always a borderline call too. On Mark Clayton's touchdown earlier on a punt return, there was a couple of close calls.
Illegal block in the back, 24 on the return team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
Still pretty good field position for the Cowboys as they got that momentum on their side now.
Ball is on the 36-yard line. When we come back, a 3-point ball game.
Time for our Pacific Life game summary. You see a 3-point game here. You like big plays? Well, check out Mark Clayton, 50-yard punt return for a touchdown in the first half as he uses all his speed and moves to get in the end zone. And then Adrian Peterson to start the second half. Breaks through the line on 3rd and short and goes 3rd and long, 80 yards for his touchdown. Cowboys respond as Donovan Woods hits his older brother DeJuan, 50 yards. That set up OSU's last touchdown to bring the score to 38-35.
Would you give candy to that critter?
No. I'll call the cops.
36-yard line, 1st and 10. Cowboys go to work as Morency hounds straight ahead and picks up 3 yards.
You know, it's been bombs away for the Cowboys, and you wonder what's going on in the mind of offensive coordinator Mike Gundy now. They're moving the ball through the air, but they want to take time off the clock. They don't want to give Oklahoma much time if they do get in the end zone to take the lead.
From near the 40, there's that throw to the sidelines, thrown hard, and Prentice Elliott didn't handle it, and so it'll be 3rd down. Here's Todd.
Keith, early in the week I had a chance to talk with Oklahoma State head coach Les Miles, and I asked him to define what Bedlam is. He says basically it's 2 brothers, 1 yard, not enough room. The campuses are just too close. Someone's going to get punched in the mouth. Well, literally, here it is. The brothers Gundy, Mike Gundy, the former state quarterback, now the offensive coordinator, Dan pointed out, and Cale Gundy is the former OU grad. He's now the running back coach for Oklahoma, and boy, does he have some weapons. But tonight, someone is going to be sad at the Gundy dinner table.
Might be so sad they won't eat together. 3rd down and 6. Oh, he's looking around. Now he throws it, and the intended receiver was falling down as he released it, and now we got a penalty flag thrown here. Back about the line of scrimmage. Let's see about the penalty. It's against Oklahoma State. This update now from John in New York. A pretty good one.
Keith, I know you've been searching for the definition of Bedlam. This is the numerical definition of Bedlam.
Yes. This one I can understand. Honey. Good one. Oh, that is a beauty. Whoa, he just missed the coffin corner by 2 screw holes. 60 yards, and he almost put it right out at the corner. But it'll come out to the 20, where the Sooners will have it. Cowboys here in Stillwater and the visiting Oklahoma Sooners from up the road in Norman. It's a 38-35 ball game. Oklahoma will have the ball, 1st down at their own 20-yard line. Here in the middle of the 4th quarter, the Cowboys have staged a bit of a comeback, and with some long, deep throws by Donovan Woods to his brother Dewan Woods, and one to Prentice Elliott, the Cowboys are back in the hunt, and they're close to just a 3-point deficit. So here comes Jason White now, quarterbacking the white-shirted Sooners. And the man who has been the biggest story of the day, Adrian Peterson, the 18-year-old freshman, runs for 9 yards. He is over 200 now. At 210 for the day, but most of it has come here in the 2nd half. He had 53 yards in the 1st half, and he's got 210 total now. So it'll give you an idea of what he's done in this 2nd half. 3rd quarter was a 157-yard quarter for him. Amazing.
And he makes so many yards on 1st down. It seems like every time he's getting 9 yards on 1st down, setting up an ideal 2nd and 1 situation for any quarterback.
Old rule of thumb: if you get the you get 6 yards on your 1st down average for the day, you're going to win. Right now, they have not been able to put away the Cowboys at all. That'll be good for your 1st down. It'll come up to about the 32-yard line.
Now here's the 2nd half for Adrian Peterson. 3rd quarter, he busts loose on this short yardage situation and goes the distance, 80 yards there, and then breaks free again, showing the speed. The angle by McLemore knocks him out of bounds there, but 53 yards rushing in that 1st half for Adrian. Bust out big time in that 3rd quarter.
So from the 32, White gives it to him again. When the engine's warm and going downhill, let it keep on rolling, and that's what they're doing.
Well, especially if your destination is the Orange Bowl and the BCS title game. These next 6 minutes will determine whether the Sooners will stay on track to winning the Big 12 South, going on to the Big 12 championship game, then perhaps to the title game.
They've got another bumping road next week. They're at Texas A&M. And the Aggies came up here to Stillwater and beat Oklahoma State on this field. So the Aggies are pesky this year. Has a gain of about 4 yards, getting it up to the 38-yard line.
And you see how the Cowboys reacted. That ball was on the ground after Peterson was down, but Peterson has got to be aware now that a lot of fancy moves, you risk losing the ball. The ball gets away from your body, as it did on that play. Fortunate for the Sooners, he was down. See how the ball gets away from his body? That's where you might have a fumble.
You've got a 3rd down and a long 3 now. And Jason White doesn't like something. He's going to take a timeout, and the senior quarterback will go to the sideline and talk to his coach. Peterson on the day at this point, 30 carries, 235 yards, a touchdown. That's a career high for him in rushing yards, but he's only 18.
He's got a 300-yarder in his game somewhere down the road. The impressive thing is that he did it here in Stillwater against their bitter rivals.
Mark Clayton, who's been a bit of a star himself for these Sooners, and again today kind of shrugs his shoulders and says this about this youngster.
He's doing what we expected. Just that's what he's supposed to do. You know, coming in. He got here in the summer. He physically, well built. He was fast. He could keep up with us in the run and strength training and everything like that. And we expected big things out of him, and he's just, doing what we expected.
I'm not sure they expected him to have quite the afternoon that he's having today.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
Mark Clayton's cool, but he has pretty good high expectations.
More football coming for you, so just fluff up the cushions and settle in. You got Texas and Colorado for some of you, Florida State, Maryland for others, and Michigan State, Michigan in their annual coming up later right here on ABC Sports. Check your local listings for the game in your area. 3rd and long 3, and they go to Adrian Peterson, and the right side opens a hole for him, and they ran all day long to the left side but you know what the secret is, Dan? I just figured it out. They run toward the Oklahoma bench. That's where they've had their most success running the football. So that must be slanted over there. They're running downhill.
Yeah, this field does have a pretty good crown on it. I doubt that it's it's bigger on that side of the field, but you were wondering about Jamal Brown and Davin Joseph, the senior and the junior there, and they are responding. They're getting a lot of yards now on that right side.
Well, they felt it go in the first half. There's a big hold as he runs right off the left hip of center Vince Carter. And Chris Bush is there to help him along. And he's now on the 49-yard line of Oklahoma State. Both these teams are in the Big 12 South Division, those of you who are not familiar with the Big 12 Conference. And there's some heavyweights in this division. I mean, come on. And Texas Tech, when they get those bullets flying, they can cause you a lot of grief, too. Ask Nebraska. So that's a tough division this year. 2nd down, 5. Peterson again. Right about the line of scrimmage that time, maybe a yard. So again, they're going to be looking at 3rd down and 4 or 5.
And they are riding that young freshman, Keith. They've run the ball 7 times in this possession. And number 28 has had it all 7.
Then they bring in Kewan Jones, and he's got fresh legs and an attitude and a body to match it, and blow right through you.
Well, and plus he's a good pass blocker, as we've seen earlier in the game. I would expect that Jason White would be in the shotgun. Maybe.
Jones,
this one.
Jones is not there. Wolf is. Now he'll come back in as a protector. Now he takes off and leaves him alone, and he gets the pass away, but he was throwing as he was being hit from backside pursuit. And Robert Jones, who's been a pesky fellow all day today defensively for Oklahoma State, was climbing up the back of Jason White as he threw.
Well, it took the Cowboys all day long to give pressure on Jason White. They sacked him on the previous series. This time he takes a real shot there. Johnny Holland almost with a pass interference, but the ball was thrown behind both he and the intended receiver.
And the Sooners have to punt it. So you got 2:51 to play in the ball game, and Oklahoma State is going to get it back if they handle the punt. All right. Lake Ferguson has had some big ones today, 58, 40, and 55. This one has got a lot of air under it, hanging and hanging and hanging. A fair catch, and they get the ball at the 19-yard line. On the fair catch call by Daniel McLemore. Well, now, Oklahoma State, 38-35 deficit. The ball is on the 19. Field goal to tie and go to overtime. There goes the plane.
And if you're thinking field goal to tie, Jason Ricks is a freshman. His long this year is 39 yards. Joe DeForest, their special teams coach, says he hits them from 55 all the time in practice. This ain't practice, though.
Redshirt freshman at quarterback who's drawn a foot today. They run the ball in the middle. Then he works his way to the outside, comes back inside. There he's a tailback. That's what he is. Donovan Woods.
Well, and he's just making life miserable for Dan Cody. Cody's got contain on this play, but with an athlete like Donovan Woods, very difficult to bring him down. You can see the frustration on number 80 right there. Big play on first down for the Cowboys.
Touchdown to take the lead and quite possibly win, because if they get a touchdown and convert it, there's penalty flags. There was movement the left side of the line. I think the left tackle for Oklahoma State moved.
I think it's Cody. Cody was across the line, and that caused Corey Hilliard to jump out of his stance.
Before the snap, number 80 on the defense was in the neutral zone, causing a false start by the offense. 5 yards, first down.
They both moved, but Cody definitely moved first.
That's where they altered that rule, and I thought that was one of the really clever rules changes they made, too, because it's been kind of unfair. Oklahoma State with the football. First down and 5. The football is marked now at near the 39-yard line on their side of the field. They're trailing Oklahoma by just 3 points. And we've got 2:18 to play in the ball game. Oklahoma ranked number 2 in the country. Deep pass down the middle for DeJuan Woods. Gets tangled up. They tangle their feet. There's no interference there. They're both running for the ball, and they got tangled up.
Great job by Dante Nicholson to come from his weak safety spot and just chase this ball down. Ball was overthrown, but he was going to make sure that DeJuan Woods does not make this catch. There he is right there, number 8. Chijoki is in the trail position there. A little bump there, another bump there, but
that might
the officials, have been called. Well, I think the officials must have judged that ball to be uncatchable.
Might be through. Donovan Woods threw the thing about 60 yards.
Yeah, he's got to be thinking of picking up 25 yards. That would get Ricks into range.
Second down and 5. Defense trailing the play. You better hurry. And they get him. The crowd today is 48,837. And a lot of construction going on around Boone Pickens Stadium. It'll be quite palatial next year when you come back. Time called on the field.
Yeah, Les Miles wants to talk this one over with his young quarterback.
Minute and 42 seconds. They won't see the ball again. If they don't pick up a first down here, and they're looking at 3rd down and 5, if they don't get a first down, they won't see the ball again, I don't think.
Well, they're going to have 2 plays to get that first down. And again, they want to get the ball to about the Sooner 30-yard line, somewhere between the 30 and the 35, to get Ricks within range, according to special teams coach Joe DeForest.
Oklahoma leading the Big 12 South standings, and they face Texas A&M next week on the road. And Oklahoma State's got a pretty good one next week themselves. They're going to go walk off scot-free. They get to play Texas at Texas. So both teams have a tough assignment next week.
Yeah, you think A&M may be thinking about that 77 spot that the Sooners put on them last year?
Take it to the bank.
That's a tough environment, too. And a great band.
Yep. Go Wednesday so you can watch band practice on Thursday.
There you go. Stopping Flat Tony on your way.
Cold drinks. 3rd down. Time now, precious. Changing his play. Want to run it. Didn't get it.
Yeah, he might have.
Rolled
with that
over and reached. He might have. It looks to me like the spot is good.
It is. Yep. And it stops the clock. What he needs to do now is to get everybody in the huddle, get a play called, get up line of scrimmage, and keep this momentum going. What an effort by the youngster. Watch as he turns his back and reaches the ball over his head to pick up the first down. What awareness.
Look how far he was away until he wiggled and turned around. Now he's ready to throw it. And he's going down the middle of the field for Prentice Elliott, and he can't quite get it. My goodness.
Oh, he had him too. He had Brodney Poole beat. Ball kind of fluttered and sailed. Got out of spiral, so it was tough for Prentice to judge it. But this ball just was off his fingertips. Donovan Woods really showing off his arm this afternoon. This one travels at least 55 in the air, and that ball did hit him in the hands.
Yeah, he got his hands on it.
Tough adjustment, though.
Catch. Yep, catch. Morency.
How about that catch for Morency? It's only his 2nd catch of the year. He looked like DeJuan Woods on this play. Good patience by the quarterback, and look at this grab. Both hands underneath that ball. Clearly a catch for Morency.
They're getting close to Rick's range. 59 seconds. They're also within sight of the winning touchdown. Donovan Woods throws, and it's dropped.
Oh, and that catch would have put Ricks in range. Remember, Ricks beat Missouri last week with 55 seconds to go with a 29-yarder. A catch there and a run of maybe 5 yards gives Ricks about a 45-yard field goal try. He's looking to make yardage after the catch. First things first, DeJuan.
Got to look at home. 50 seconds. 2nd down and 10. Gonna run it in the middle. 35-yard line. He stopped. Now they got to call the timeout.
Remember, they burned a timeout on offense earlier in the game, Keith, when the play clock was running down. And now you always want to save that final timeout for your field goal team so you don't have to rush them out onto the field and get everybody all nervous, especially the kicker.
And the coach and the alumni. Well, we have played 59 minutes and 15 seconds. and it just didn't open for him. That's all. He sensed that he might be able to split him, but they couldn't open it. Today's Chevrolet players of the game are number 28 Adrian Peterson of Oklahoma and Donovan Woods, the quarterback of Oklahoma State. Adrian Peterson further enlarged his position in the record books with 33 carries, 249 yards and a touchdown. Both career highs for him. He has run for 100 yards or more in 8 consecutive games, which ties that record. And Donovan Woods, of course, is an emerging quarterback here for the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
He doesn't have much of a percentage, but it's his attitude in the second half that I'm most impressed with. He's up and down, mostly down in that first half, but stuck with it. Hit a couple of bombs, and now he's got his team poised for a huge upset.
3rd and 7 now as they come out with no more times out remaining. Moore MC is out near in the bottom of the picture, this sideline, as a wideout. That snap almost got away from him. Steps away, gonna run, and needs to get out of bounds. Now the clock is ticking. They have no timeout to stop the clock, so they got to go to the line of scrimmage, spike the ball.
Nope.
Then they'll have time to talk.
No, they're going to bring out the field goal team, Keith. No time to spike it on 4th now. This would be a 49-yarder.
He didn't get his first down. Now we get it. Oklahoma calls time.
Wow.
Didn't have the right people on the field.
Well, they had 11 bodies out there. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, but why call timeout?
I don't know.
Because the heat's all on Oklahoma State.
Yeah, they're probably thinking maybe they can ice the true freshman, Jason Ricks. I told you his longest so far this year is just 39 yards. He has hit 8 out of 10, but his 2 misses have come from over 40 yards.
Well, he won last week's game, which certainly gave him a boost of confidence. But to tie this game, his confidence would soar, and then we'll be into the overtime gig if he makes it.
Yeah, there's virtually no wind at all. Any wind may help him coming from the open side of the stadium, but we noticed yesterday that the wind hits the building here behind the goalpost and kind of comes back at the kicker. But if you look at these streamers at the top of the post, you can see no wind at all right now, so that should help him both physically and mentally.
Oklahoma ranked number 2 in the country, certainly with championship aspirations not only in the conference but nationally. It is a 49-yard try by young Jason Ricks to tie, and Oklahoma will spend its last time out, so they very definitely are trying to pour a bucket of spring water on young Jason Ricks.
Yeah, double timeout, double icing for Ricks. The one guy to really keep your eye on for Oklahoma is number 23, Rodney Poole. He's their leaper, and he's got a 42-inch vertical, and he will try to get up in the air, especially on a long field goal try like this. The kickers have to kick it lower to make sure that they have the distance.
I'm remembering something of this involving Oklahoma at Ohio State. I think it was 1978 when Uwe von Schumann was their place kicker. Ohio State was chanting, "Block that kick," and he's walking around out in the middle of the field conducting the crowd, then walked over and kicked a 43-yarder to beat him by a point.
Well, he's one of my favorite kickers because Kellen Winslow blocked a couple of his in some playoff game one year. I'm sorry, Uwe.
Jason Ricks now for the tie from 49 yards. Missed it. My goodness. Ain't college football a bargain?
Well, Bedlam almost broke out because that ball had the distance. But the closer it got to the goalpost, the more it turned.
Yeah, he had enough leg on it. But in the process, probably of trying to get that extra little bit on it, he put just enough to hook it, and it went away. So a crowd of 48,837 can go home and talk about a beauty. And here's the ball turning, 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 and just sailing beyond. There will be other times, young Jason, but not many that had as many marbles, money, and chalk on the table as this one might have. So the Sooners will take a couple of knees, or one knee's all they need really, and be done with it as they defeat the Oklahoma State Cowboys by a score of 38-35. So heavy is the walk for the Cowboys and their faithful after a titanic battle here in Stillwater. But here is Coach Bob Stoops now with Todd Harris.
Coach, you can take a deep breath. Congratulations, the Bedlam series living up to its name.
It was a wild game. You know, we did everything we could in the first half to just give them 14 points, and then to come back, you know, they worked the ball in the second half. Defense, though, we came up in the fourth quarter here at the end when we had to, and offense was really strong all day. Adrian was special again.
Adrian, special indeed. Were you surprised the success they were having? You knew they were going to run it, but the long pass.
Well, no, you know, they threw it down there. We have guys, we knew that's what they were going to try and do. You know, our guys just got to do a better job in, you know, playing the deep ball. We just got to be back there and play it. They made some nice plays on it.
Congratulations. Good luck next week.
Okay.
Keith.
Once again, our final score, Oklahoma 38, Oklahoma State 35. ABC Sports Online, ESPN.com. Search ABC Sports. Now here are John Saunders, Craig James, and Aaron Taylor in New York.